Oh, hi, chat. Welcome
Hi,
in.
chat.
I hope you're all having an absolutely wonderful Monday. First of the week. We are having a great time behind the scenes, and we have decided to come out from behind the scenes to have that great time. So, yeah.
We were discussing this group mass hysteria lucid dream, and we were like, okay, but imagine if, like Wizard of Oz, when Dorothy wakes up, it's like, and you were there, and you were there. And Shy was like, and you were a coward. And I lost my
You were a
mind.
bunny. You were a snake. And you were a coward.
You were a
God damn.
coward. It was just like, guys, I had this crazy dream. I was a snake, and I had these cookies, but I was no longer athletically proficient. And I just kept falling, and I needed life alert. But technology isn't real in this universe.
You had the hardest time the whole session. Like,
so many ones.
it was so rough.
But,
So I did give it
we
some
were
thought,
magical girls.
and I would like to give you inspiration on your panty roll.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's not a lot,
I
but
love pity panties.
I was considering it before, and I was like, yeah.
Pity panties.
Pity panties.
Pity panties.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll that right now, Mr. DM.
Okay, yeah.
Well, that one doesn't count. We try again. Better.
Dang, that was so close.
Good.
You did so good.
But
Oh
guys,
wait,
we
I
were
think I
all
have to change my
magical.
dice back.
Yeah.
Oh, I do too.
I should just change mine in general, because mine hate me.
You need a new set of dice.
Probably.
I also wanted to change my dice, but I didn't take any time for me to do that.
We're doing it right now. What do you mean?
Well, all right, we're doing it right now. Dice so nice.
We're all, as we're talking, and then
Everyone knew dice.
did you guys have that dream? Because in my dream, you were all there.
In my dream, I was some lady named Varys, and I was a very, very stealthy person, which is very much not true in this universe. And I was a coward. Very unlike me.
I mean, you did save your Onesan though.
You did 2 campaigns in a row. You saved my ass. Thank
How's
you.
your bunny?
I will. We gotta make it a way
There's
to save
sparkles.
you in every campaign, in every universe. It's like Godzilla and Miku.
Hell yeah.
I was a fluffy bunny. I got to shoot sparkles out of my paws.
You did, and it was so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, these are cool.
Yeah.
Now I'm just having fun going through the dice, honestly.
Yeah.
I know,
Now we're
so
just
many.
mildly
This is-
distracted. We're fine.
So guys,
Hey.
how's it going?
Great.
Here. I'm picking something called Blood Moon.
Blood Moon
Probably
sounds
don't go well.
bitchin', honestly. These look cool. I'm gonna go with this. Test roll. Beautiful.
Whoa.
Yeah, me too.
Yo, they look great.
Wow.
So, welcome in everyone. Welcome to each individually. Let's go up and through the hole. There's a lot of people in here, so I'm gonna call y'all out because I feel like it and it sounds fun to me. So, hi, Bread. Congratulations on first, by the way. Hi, Mandy. Anna is also in the chat. So, hi, Anna.
What?
And
Fine.
hi, Dara. Hi, Arior. Hi, Lilith. Hi, Snack is also in here. Hi, Snack. Hi, Shy, who's also in here. Hi, Burton, and hi, Absol. I think that's everyone, as far as I can tell.
True.
I know. So anyway, guys, couple of things before we get started. First off, of course, if any of you are interested in joining in one of the amazing one-shots, etc., of course, go ahead and scan that QR code and sign up to get on the waitlist for a one-shot or a campaign. Please spread the word to other people. Anybody that you know that even kind of might be into D&D, send them my way, because it makes a big difference with references. Additionally, we will be doing there's going to be a one-shot on the 15th. It is currently filled. There are a couple of people I am currently waiting on answers for. However, that's going to be a great time. It's going to be kind of magical girls, except the opposite of that.
Huh.
And then,
Magical boys?
and then
Ice skating Yuri boys?
Ice skating Yuri boys, done deal. I will make sure ice skating makes it in. I don't know how, but we'll figure it out.
I'm
Wow.
so ready.
And then that is the
That's
extent
very nice.
of my announcements so far. I will be announcing the QR code throughout my sessions and one-shots and everything going forward, because it really does make a difference, and I would like this to be my main source of fun income. Fincome? I don't know. Anyway. So, with that all out of the way. Yeah. Since we have reached Arc 3 as of reaching
Right now.
Session 20, I have opted to begin a new arc, seeing as we are off in a new direction, theoretically, or at least a large change in the direction we were going, and I have opted to give everybody new tokens. So, let me show those to
Whoa.
you.
New tokens.
Whoa! That's sexy.
Whoa. Those are cool.
Yo! Okay,
I
mine's
need.
so sick. Zoom in. Look at the detail on that. Oh my god.
Ooh.
Everybody with the lotus stuff and the
Wait, Joe got a new
dried
pea-
fruits.
Joe got a new PNG.
Oh, that
Joe got upgraded.
that comes
Joseph's
with
fucking-
information soon. So be aware of that.
Is he aged?
Like,
He's a little more
story-wise,
sad now.
he has been zapped with so many age spells, his aging is kind of fucked up a little bit. So he has grown up a couple of years and filled out.
Look
He's-
at him. Look
he's
at my baby
theor-
boy.
High table, he's also gained, like, a little bit of proficiency in everything to be more useful than... Yeah.
Okay, well, he better still fucking talk like that, though. Don't take my baby boy from me, but just like...
He had a training arc,
yeah, that's so cute.
and it was
I'm
the village. The village was the training arc.
The village? Yeah,
This stuff
wow.
takes place
Just
during
like
the
Naruto.
village. During the village time. So yes, enjoy new tokens. I'll also post them in the Discord for the players to be able to see and use if they so choose. But in any case,
I'm just so impressed. I really like the dagger with
Yeah.
the shackle and the blood, because me.
yeah, all right.
Me when I'm me. Doing me things. Wow.
I tried to
thank you,
make
Bold.
them pertinent to the player involved.
Yeah. That's
Hmm.
so sick.
They'll evolve over time as well, depending on things y'all do.
Oh,
So in any case, who would like to recount the shenanigans that happened last time?
All right,
Not
Shy,
my
fight
turn.
me. It's probably gonna be me.
I'm gonna lose.
It's definitely
Let's
me.
go.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z, the Elder Valkyrie told us to take this tiny Eevee up a mountain. No, I'm just kidding. So last time, we fought Mother Hazel, and that took like 2.5 hours because we both did better than what was anticipated for us, but it made the fight take so much longer. Because Mother Hazel, from like start to finish, was just blind the whole damn time.
The
Except for
whole
like
time.
maybe a singular turn.
Yep.
But she was also invisible. So we were fighting off the ads, which took a bit of time because they kept giving us death grip hugs of non-consent. Because there was like little vine creature things that would just hug us, and we were like, no.
But huggies.
And then we did some crazy fighting bullshit where we were like, I don't know, sniffing her out or like listening to where she was, and then Sunny put thorns on the floor. And so then we were like trailing the blood as she just stepped across all these thorns because she can't see and she doesn't know why she hurts. I don't know. So we won. And fuck that hoe. So then we returned to the village. And as soon as she died, Kyo went back to being a human. And so we returned, and his father was like, oh, you're back, thank God. And Kyo was like, bruh, that lady was evil, like backing us up because we were like, oh, we don't know how to tell you this, but we had to kill her because she sucks. And he's like, what? No way, I don't believe you. And the son's like, no, for real, I was a donkey. It was like a full-on Monty Python. It's like, she turned you into a newt. Well, I got better. Like, that whole shit. Because he's just people now, again, but he still is very donkey-esque. And so we became the heroes of the village, and Sunny went and exploded the land with, like, fertility and became the village's new goddess and started a cult. So now there's a cult centered around Pyre specifically, and us. We were just included in that. And then we kind of popped off on like how in 1,000 years it's probably going to turn into like a fertility festival where the head of the village is going to run around naked with a donkey head or something. I don't know. But we did ask the villagers to, one, house us because we're still on the lam, and two, go get information on that. So someone went to go get information about the town that we had since burned down in a riot. And then also we asked somebody else to go and borrow a boat from somewhere so we can GTFO. And here we are, waking up, which I would like to long rest because I am noticing I'm missing things. So I'm just.
Oh yeah, please, everybody, do take your long rest. If you have not, oh well, regardless of whether you've done it or not, go ahead and take your long rest. Wow, it's so fancy now with the update. Hot damn. Look at that shit.
It's very
Look
detailed.
at that shit.
It tells you everything.
I see.
God.
Oh.
A grocery list.
All right, I got.
Water the wives, thank you.
I want some water, so I'm gonna also do that. Aha. So.
And if we're talking favorite parts,
yes, we will be.
I think honestly, my favorite part was the battle itself, where she couldn't see the whole time and we couldn't see her the whole time, but then Pyre kicked up some dust on her so that we could see her, but she had no idea. So we were just sitting there hitting her, and she's like, wow, they're just getting lucky as shit with these hits. That's crazy.
Bro, you guys pulled so much shenanigans during that fight. I'm so proud of you, but fuck you guys.
Yeah. It was a really back-asswards fight that went really well for us, just so long.
Yeah.
2.5 hours. It was so long.
It was way longer than I had intended because of the circumstance. There's just no right way to have dealt with that, honestly. You guys did a great job. No qualms. Absolutely well done. Just hilarious.
It was fun. I think my favorite part was actually seeing like one of your monsters actually, like, cause like we've talked about it before, but like it always never gets the chance to transform fully. So like being able to see like the stuff you had set up was really cool.
I'm so happy you liked it.
She finally got to get big and extra fugly.
Wait.
It felt like we fought an actual like full boss, you know what I mean?
Who have you guys fought?
Like the other ones were tough, but this was like the toughest.
Well, like the snake guy.
Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah, you guys clipped
he can do his things.
Wings so hard though.
Yeah, I cut off his finger so he couldn't put the ring on.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys got out of some shit with that.
Yeah. And there was a couple other guard ones, I think, too.
these
Yeah, I think
slavers.
we
just
Yeah,
like off
Ever
before they
transformed.
could do anything because they couldn't
Yeah, we one
make
shot.
their saving throws.
Yeah.
What else?
I gotta
feel like there
ramp
was
this
something
shit
else.
up, man.
Well,
Uh,
your favorite thing was the cult, if that's what you're talking about.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
funny because all of your monsters have tried to be like magical girl enemies and be like, you know, transform, and then we just kind of kill them before they can do anything, and it's kind of
Honestly, it's the most effective way you could do it. I'm very proud of you.
Mhm.
I hate it, but like I'm very proud.
It makes it less hard for us, Smiles.
And then I steal the body parts.
Yeah.
That is true, except for the the
Snake.
Grimclaw. Oh, and the
Yeah,
snake. Yeah,
no,
the
that
snake
one I
got
didn't.
burned.
Snake got burned. I already had snake skins anyways. Still need to go figure that out, by the way.
Yeah, that's crazy.
If we ever get back to there.
If we ever get back to the fucking place
Hopefully
again, the
it's-
city.
Hopefully it's still there when we
Just
get
technically
back.
speaking, you guys are like up here.
Yeah, we're like what,
Yeah, that
north
sounds
of the
about right.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah, that feels right.
So
And we're just
remember,
kind of yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say D4s, but Hyrie, what was your favorite part of last session?
But my favorite part, I think that's pretty easy to say, is the time I started my second cult ever by accident.
The fact that they're both
the
the fact that you did it twice, and the fact that they're both accidental.
Yeah, it's the if I had a nickel for every cult I started on accident, I'd have 2 nickels,
I'd have
and that's
2
not a lot,
nickels.
but it's weird that it's happened twice.
Yeah, and then how to be like, wait, we're wand criminals. Don't, if you're gonna worship something, worship the horse that I was. Yeah, that makes sense because it's the only thing that she could think of. It's just horse. You want to worship me? Worship the horse I was, and don't mention my name. Horse.
Oh yeah,
Or
we just
so.
kept saying that over and over. Don't
yep.
mention our name.
Don't say our names, but you can talk about the horse. Yeah, you know, horse cult
No.
of, I don't know, crops? Question mark.
Sure.
And why not? You know, horse crop.
I
Yeah.
like it.
So, everybody gets a D4 for telling me your favorite parts, and it's always great to hear because then I can adjust as needed and, like, you know, make more things that you enjoy. Hopefully, you'll find
More
more
cults,
full-size
let's go.
bosses, more cults, more bosses, and theoretically more panties. We'll see.
Yippee!
Maybe Larry starts a panty cult. Who knows?
Who?
I feel like my
Oh my
panty
God.
cult is currently dead.
Okay, that was a harem.
Yes.
Isn't
like
it
if
the
it was a
same
cult-
thing though?
No, because I feel like if it was a cult, it would be like, I don't know,
They
like
bring
they
me panties
leave
as
off.
offering.
Yeah. Like,
there-
and there's
is it
just
still
like
a harem
there's just like
where
a
we don't
weird
know about each
statue,
other,
which is
though?
there's just like a weird statue of just like you, and then they just like throw their panties on it, and then the next day the panties are gone, and it's just like, oh my god, and it's because you stole all the fucking panties off the thing. And they're like,
I'm-
yay,
I'm-
she
I'm
loves
the-
us.
Tooth fairy of degeneracy.
Oh my god. Yeah, you put your panties under your pillow at night. Larry takes them.
And Alari takes them. Doesn't necessarily leave you anything, but you don't have an extra piece of laundry to do, I guess.
Shrugs. Yeah.
Sure.
You should.
Amazing.
I'm just imagining though, like this giant duffel bag full of panties. You're just carrying
It's
them
my
around.
satchel.
Just
I
like
mean-
I just
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
no, but I picture you like Grinch style, like sneaking in at night and there's just like one lonely like cultist or whatever just being like just happen to walk out there and be like, whoa, oh my god.
Wait.
And you're just like, shh, I wasn't here. And then just like swipe the panties and leave.
Wait, I have appropriate music for that somewhere.
Are you guys familiar with that 70s show at all?
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know the part of the show where like Eric, like, there's like that cutscene where Donna is like imagining that what Eric is doing, and he was like in his room, and he's like got like that trap door in his ceiling, and he pulls it. And he's like, panties, glorious.
Oh yeah.
And like there's like pennies like falling from the ceiling. Does anyone
Yeah, that's me.
know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
That
no.
seems on
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And you're just like throwing up in the air, just like gleefully, like it's like snow. I don't know.
Yeah.
I love this shit.
I believe in this holiday. Global holiday, by the way.
Valkyrie Day.
Yeah. Valkyrie Day. They offer up Liari panties. Just shove in the attic somewhere.
Oh, all right. So, to bring us in, as it was well stated, you guys had freed the town of Yurif from the clutches of Mother Hazel. And as you had returned to the town, Keo came with you, was reunited with his father. The townspeople seemed better, and Depyri extended her magic outwards in a significant radius, immediately regrowing all of the vegetation and all of the decay that had been left by Mother Hazel, and whatever magic she was using to force the land and the people that lived in it to slowly waste away. In the wake of that, Yurif has been rebuilt over the past few days. Its people more full of energy. Their hollow and gaunt
Aw.
faces have started to fill outwards, and they look happier, look healthier than they ever have before. The village is overflowing with food and goods, and everything overall is looking up. There's even a very large bout of wood in the center of the village that is currently being carved, although it's hard to quite make out what it is. If you'd like to roll perception, you can really take a look at it.
Yippee. I'm staring.
Staring. Ooh, those are like invisible.
Yeah, I like them.
You might have a theme. I'll say then between the 17 and the 15 for the group. It is obviously a horse and a rider, although they haven't reached the rider portion, so it's just mostly like from bottom up, atop like a pedestal, if you will. Now, you guys have been in this town for about 3-ish days. It is mid-morning on the third day. The individuals sent to Silversong have returned each day empty-handed, as the city is forcefully closed to all outsiders. There is no trade, there is no going in or leaving. The entire city is completely closed off. As Keo had returned as of yesterday evening after making the day trek off to a nearby fishing village. Well, a little bit less than a day trek, but you know. And has procured a boat free of charge for the saviors of their village. With that in mind, the village seems to be prospering quite a bit and doing well. If there's any particular things you would like to do here, and plots and plans you would like to do, or questions you would like to ask, now is a great time to go ahead and do so.
I just imagine, like, over the course of our stay, my character would have switched gears from the typically more adult-themed activities to potentially just being more like, how do I say this? Like an empathetic caregiver through their recovery through starvation, because she kind of viewed this whole scenario as these people were being enslaved by that witch, and she drew a lot of parallels and had a lot of empathy for the people of this village. And so she would have been in full, like, recovery mode with them and, like, helping out in any way she can, and, like, maybe playing with the kids and stuff, and, like, I don't know, just trying to see, like, smiles on people's faces. But other than that, not a ton of, like, planning moving forward as far as, like, thinking about next steps. Just kind of waiting for information.
Okay. Noted. As we move
Although
forward.
I did make the note in the player notes, which I don't think will be relevant here because it is a giga random village out in the middle of nowhere. But my character is now thinking about actually identifying all the daggers and things that I've picked up along the way. But I don't think anybody in here would be able to do that. I'm just saying that out loud as a reminder.
So many magical items and no one to identify anything.
Not a single one, probably.
So
I don't know.
true.
Like, if there is Pog, but I doubt it. Yeah. That's just kind of what my character did.
Okay. So Liari is accounted
Philanthropist
for.
moment.
Helping the needy and transition into actual food and actual healthy lifestyles. You can also consider any questions you might want to ask anybody. And then Mads or Pyrie, is there anything in particular you might have done during this 3-day time frame?
Feel like Mads would have helped the village, but also would have wanted to find out information, like either find out if any of the villagers had like a map, or if anyone around there had a boat, like just asking around, just like try to get information out of them while trying to also help them transition.
Okay.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z, we had the chief guy said he was going to reach out to another village about boats.
Yes.
Yep.
So, as of yesterday, you were informed by Kyo, who was sent off to find out about the boat situation, that he has procured a boat, like a fishing boat level boat, for you for free in the village 1 day away, along the shoreline.
Wow.
In the event that you'd like to go that route.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest, I feel like even though the town's on lockdown, Liari would want to go back upon, like, hearing the news after several days that there is no in or out. I think she would want to, like, get to a position where she could patrol the outside to see, like, what's going on. But that's more of like we would have to move as a group, but that's what Liari would be thinking.
As
I'm okay with that.
oh,
okay, sorry.
I was going to say, just as a high table thing for you guys, there is no right or wrong answer for what options you choose to do. Just so you're aware, like, you could go any direction, and I'm good. I got plans.
Yeah, but you know, Liari is obsessed with her harem and wants to check on their well-being, specifically Aradia.
Crazy.
Yeah, like, that's been weighing on me this whole time. So I'm worried for them. So that's what my character would want to do, but that's no different than what I've been wanting to do from the beginning. So
Would my, like, 3 days of asking come up with anything for a map?
You would have been able to procure a map of at least the island itself, or at least the. You'd have to draw the map yourself because this isn't a village that would inherently have a cartographer or anyone of that skill level. So with your own implementations, you're able to kind of have at least a rough gauge of where things are. And from here, you're familiar with obviously where Silversong is. There is a handful of additional villages to the north, although they are pretty much just as small with the fishing village, more of a eastward implication, as well as while this city primarily gets a lot of its needs from Silversong, they are at least aware of the next city over, which is Melody Cove. And that'll be further around the island to your east. Well, next island over, I should say. I would say also outside of just the local quote-unquote area, they're not overwhelmingly familiar with the broad aspect of the Echoing Isles, as they're a small town and no one leaves, really.
Fair.
The other thing that we left unfinished was like the mines, but we don't really have a way of finding it unless we get super fucking lucky. But yeah, boats. Where do we go? Where are we going? Where are we dropping?
I'm confused.
What
The mine?
mines?
Mines, yeah.
The mines where all the slaves are being taken this whole time when we were at the
don't know
party.
that. Okay, I understand.
Well,
The map,
don't we
the
know
whole
that that's
thing
on
we
like
were with the like
We-
revolution leader.
We knew that they were being taken. I just didn't know they were in a
Your
mine, I guess.
botanist? Your botanist. Where he was. Yeah.
What can I say? We have our
I'm
own priorities.
I'm personally trying to get to Eternia. Thank you. I don't care about the
Isn't
bot.
that where? That's where the mine. Or that's where the slaves are, isn't it?
Well, there were ones who were taken there, yes. With like the snake people. So yeah, we can go there. Or just
high
we might
table
get ruffled, but
information.
we can attempt.
High table information with what you have in place and you are knowledgeable of through ledgers and whatnot. Yes, slaves are being taken to Stoneguard and then to Eternia.
Oh.
But yes, slaves nonetheless. It was when the information you discovered was primarily covered up information or cooked books to prevent the discovery of slavery being so prevalent in Silversong. There's a lot, yeah.
All right, so options. We try to mess with stuff here still. We potentially go to Melody Cove, which is like vacation land. We go to Stoneguard, which is like the next stop on the slave trail, or we just go to Eternia and fight all the snake people ever and probably die.
I have idea.
Ooh.
Okay.
We get the boat. We
Yeah.
use said map to travel waterways to wherever your harem is.
Likely dead, but inside the
The harem will
Because you
be
want us.
inside Silversong.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, Silversong. My brain. Kept
Unless
saying,
they
like,
escaped, but I
Silversong,
doubt it.
And I knew that wasn't right. Well, I figured if you want to check on them, you can probably do that. But then after that, we leave because there's a bunch of people after us. Either way, I think we should take the boat.
Okay.
I'm pro boating.
pro boating fishing mini game.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, Sunny. Any priorities in particular?
I know that Pyrie would really want to like check on like her boots and stuff, or whatever the hell
True.
the guy who had the shit that I was supposed to do things for, but then shit went sideways.
Sure did.
So we're
Mhm.
just going
So-
to storm the castle and try and break back in, even though all the gates are
No.
closed. To
No,
entry and
no.
exit.
My,
No,
okay,
I'm not
my,
done.
yeah.
Like Pyrie
Okay.
would want to go do those things, but like, look, she's not book smart, but she's not fucking stupid. She knows that we're not going to be able to go in and just like walk around willy-nilly. So I think going to Melody Cove and potentially trying to find other allies or people that like could help us in the long run would be better, or at least getting ourselves like better equipped or something. And
Better
then
disguises or something too.
yeah, and like, you know,
I'm down with that.
figure shit out that way, and then maybe gather more information, because maybe they have more information on what's actually happening in the city over there.
Would they have heard
Not-
about that?
Hmm.
There's
Well, I
only
guess
one way
there's
to
only
find
one way
out.
to find out.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would assume
Okay.
so. Like, if it's like, if there's only like certain like cities and stuff like in the area, and I'm assuming they would rely on like trade and stuff between everything with the islands. So some form of information has to have been collected at some point. So maybe we can get something to better understand what's going on in the state
They-
of the city.
That's true. They might have more information on these lizard men and what's really happening.
Yeah.
Okay,
Other than what-
both are in, Mr. DM. We would like to get on the boat.
Get on the
ship, if you
boot.
will. Get on the boat. And,
want to get
and
on the
go
boot?
to Melody
Mhm.
Cove
Whoa.
for various things.
There's
Well, we
I'm
have
so
to make it to the other place.
Look at us with
first.
our decision making.
I know,
We're
I'm so
doing
proud of you
It
guys
only
right now.
took us like 30 minutes. That's pretty good.
honestly, yeah, you guys are blasting through this this information here. So a couple of things is before you guys leave,
Uh-huh.
are you guys just walking out of the village, or are you saying bye to people? Is my question
I
actually.
feel like we'd say goodbye.
I'd say
Yeah.
that.
And like get some supplies, because they said it's a day's journey to the other village.
Hmm.
Make sure that they're settled. I feel like during this whole time, Pyrie would have been like making sure that they know how to actually tend to their crops and their plants and all that shit, and showing them best practices.
Right.
Crops
Because they're on their
and
own after this year.
farming
So
and best
Uh-huh.
practices. This will actually it maybe come into play at some point. So,
Okay.
so as you guys are, going around saying goodbye to everybody, you take a lot of time to interact with people that you've grown fond of, just assorted villagers that maybe you've gotten to know a little bit more personally. The last individuals that you visit with before you leave, because I've made images for them, they're getting shown.
cute. Who's that? That's cute.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
my God.
I like how it says
Wow.
healthy next to it.
How's his donkeyness
Healthy.
going?
Well, he's still an ass, but
Oh.
As long as he's got a nice one.
hey. But you're taking a moment as they take you aside and just give you things. Grot looks exceptionally more healthy. The color has come back into his cheeks, along with all the villagers in the actual village. Their gauntness seems to have gone away over the course of about 24 to 48 hours, and they became regular-looking people again. Kyo spent a lot of time as a donkey, and occasionally kind of kicks, and occasionally berets. But it's very like subtle and hard to notice. It's almost like like a
He
tick,
just has Tourette's.
you know, or I was gonna say Tourette's too. Yeah, a little bit donkey Tourette's, you could say.
Yeah.
But as they come up, they wish you well, and Grot, Keo, and the rest of the village kind of gather up behind. And Grot extends his hand out to Liari and to Mads and shakes. Thank you so much for your assistance. I cannot tell you how much you've done for us, and we'll never forget. We will have Deja Vu Day once every year to remember the Enchantress.
I forgot that's what we called it.
And he takes a knee and kind of does a little bow towards Pyre. Keo follows, the village follows, and then all of a sudden you have a whole village kneeling again.
Oh. Thank you.
Enjoy your healthier living and be kind to each other. And don't trust random old ladies anymore, please.
And if anyone asks if we were here, we weren't.
Of course,
Oh,
yes. The Enchantress horse was here. Yes, we shall always remember. He stands, and the village stands, and I assume at this point you probably make your way out a little awkwardly, perhaps, since the village is, devout. They continue to wave as you vanish off down the trail into the jungle in the direction of the other village.
Mr. DM, on the way out, Liari is going to slap Keo on the ass and then just keep going.
All right.
Maybe do like a wink and a like a, and like finger guns. You know what I'm saying? Just keep going.
Give me a performance.
Aw, okay. Yeah!
Yeah, great performance.
Yeah.
Keo is taken
We're gonna
aback
beat a 20.
and praised a little bit on the slap on the ass, but it's all good.
Yeah.
So,
Alright, off we go.
off you go. You guys make your way off into the jungle. During this trek, it's not overwhelmingly intensive. You are not in a rush. You are following a path. I will say, based on your passive perception, during your time in the village, Joe spent his time kind of going about and talking to villagers and just performing little bits of manual labor, and you didn't get to see a whole lot of Joe. However, as you guys are making your way out, you all get to kind of take a look at each other and check back in and kind of see what's going on. And Joe is looking a lot like a couple inches taller, maybe. The armor that was once pretty loose fitting and not properly sized to him has been filled out. He's also got some little stubble going on. He is looking more like an adult than you remember him looking before.
I'll just clap him on the shoulder and say, "Hey, you're looking pretty good. How you feeling?" Not as a, I'm just gonna say this now in case it was taken a type of way. Not meant to be a flirt. I'm not flirting with my son.
Yes, I am very aware of that. It's fine. No worries there. We're good.
Throwing that out there just in case, because it might look the same because I'm awkward, but anyway, go on. Wow.
So as you slap him on the back, oh, I'm doing I'm doing pretty good. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Did his fucking voice?
Oh
Bitch,
no.
what?
I'm not gonna.
Our boy
Is
is
there
close to
hitting puberty?
Yeah.
At 18?
No,
Yeah.
not
The
puberty.
late bloomer.
It was. No, it was supposed to be like he had something in his throat and he just cleared it up and then talked normally. Like, I'm fucking with you. You good?
Oh.
The headcanon. The headcanon of what
So
happened.
sorry.
Hitting puberty.
He's too old for puberty, guys.
It's like the
was
sleepy voice in the
choked.
morning. The first words of the day are deeper.
True.
Yeah, where you got to do that. Okay, I'm back to my normal talking. Hi guys, I haven't gotten to see much of you in the last couple of days. Did Liari, did you get shorter?
Wait, how tall is Joe?
He was 5'10" originally. At this
is he
point, he
now?
would probably be. Let me do a quick little roll and see how many inches he grew. Wow,
Holy!
he is now 6'3".
Wow. My son,
Very-
I have not shrunk. You have grown.
This is bullshit.
Irie's gonna go up to him and just like the slight tilt of having to slightly look up because she's 5'10", and just be like, and just like squint at him, and then just starts grabbing his face and examining him, and be like, "Are humans supposed to do this?"
I think I was just eating a little bit better. You can let go of my teeth now.
She's gonna give him one last squeeze and then walk away.
You are now the designated Mads carrier
Oh?
in times of need.
Mhm.
That's all you.
Hey God.
I will bestow upon him the Mads carrying harness.
No,
He's gonna snatch the harness out of your hand.
That's okay. We don't need a
Just
harness,
glare.
do we? And he's gonna squat.
Okay, with consent though, when it's necessary. You don't have to do it now.
Mads is glaring. You try to put me on your back, and you are gonna lose an ear.
Yep,
Oh,
you
no.
got it, Mads. No problem. He's gonna stand up, straighten, and just like take a step towards Pyrie.
Okay. Yeah, we could travel and just remember that this jungle was very unforgiving towards us before, so let's keep our eyes out as we're getting to the place that has our boat.
You got it. I'm looking. I'll keep it
Okay.
peeled. Don't worry, Liari. I got it.
Okay, good job, bud.
So, over the course of about you left mid-morning. It's about evening. The sun has really just started to go down. As you guys are getting close to the beach, you can hear it. You could continue in the night if you choose, or you could try and find a place to camp, and we could roll perceptions for that. Your choice.
How close are we?
You're probably about a couple hours at most, like 2 hours
I
from
would
shore.
like camp.
Okay. All in favor?
Guys, we're gonna camp.
Well, all right.
And then we can get there bright and early in the morning.
In the morning. All right.
Morning.
Demurn.
In the morning.
If anybody wants to
Very
help find a place to
perceptive.
sleep,
I think that's on you.
it very much is.
Yep.
True.
Yep. I'll say you guys kind of look around for camping spaces or any place that's a little bit elevated, so you don't get the. You don't get the.
Amazing.
Oh my.
I can't even take it seriously now, man.
Oh my god, my Oshi.
My god. Or Oshi.
Wow.
Wow.
Thank you for the
Wow.
follow, I guess. Feels so insincere. So
It's
anyway,
okay.
you guys do eventually find yourself a fairly good camping spot. I'll say you guys take the night. You have some rations, which are all quite fresh from the village. Joe and Mads will require a whole night's sleep, but Pyrie and Liari, you guys generally stand guard. Unless you want to change that, I will require a perception roll from each of you. And who is going first?
I care not who goes first and who goes last.
I will go last.
Okay.
All
I
right,
am
Liari.
perceive. Nope.
Okay.
What about me?
We'll
I
get
perceive-
you eventually after whatever bullshit happens.
Okay. All right. Okay. Wow,
Perceive
a
God.
25?
Did you say perceive God? Yeah, so true.
Mhm.
I see God.
Okay, give me 2 seconds. With a 25. Okay. Liara, you didn't see nothing. This is a quiet night. There's just the sounds of the jungle around you. You can hear the waves crashing in the distance, kind of echoing through the trees. And your watch is up. Pyrie takes over, and you go to meditate. Pyrie, with a 25. No?
I said, oh no.
Oh no. With a 25. Firstly, Joe has a little bit of a snore now. Just a little one. Hardly noticeable. In fact, if you hadn't rolled a 25, you probably wouldn't have noticed it. But secondly, and more importantly, you're being followed. Very
That's-
far distance. And very stealthily.
Well, that's fun.
You
Is it
see,
Keo? Because I slapped his ass.
you only see the shadows, and anything under a 25 would not have identified what it is. However, you do see that Grimclaw following you. It's keeping a
shit.
very wide berth and doesn't seem to be on the prowl or anything, but more just keeping an eye on you. It's at this point it'd be at least 100 or so feet away. It's kind of hard to gauge the distance, and you only saw it like a glimpse of it.
Okay. So, making the assumption that, like, we got rations or, like, some sort of, like, extra food from the villagers.
Yeah, you're kind of
because they love
overwhelmed
us
with
and all
food.
that jazz. Exactly. Very carefully, like cautiously, but very calmly, like walk a little distance away from the camp, like towards the creature, and like make a little assortment for them, and then go back to sitting and watching.
Okay.
Oh dear.
So, must write note.
Must write note is better than roll for initiative. Because you did not wake us up.
You did not.
All right. Okay. Pyrie.
Yeah.
You are watching the location. I would like to get another perception with advantage to see how well you can see what happens to the food you left. You'll see something. It just depends on how well you see it. Okay.
17.
17. From your vantage in the camp, you gaze out at the jungle, kind of keeping a broad eye on the general area that you saw that Grimclaw in, as well as focusing on the pile of food, like a fairly large assortment of fruits, vegetables, berries, and other delicious things, all piled up in a nice, neat stack.
Mm-hmm.
You watch as you see the sleeker of the Grimclaws, very slowly, one step at a time, make its way forward into the moonlight and back into the shadows as it approaches the pile of food and begins sniffing it. With a 17, you also see two very, very small looking creatures, perhaps littler versions of the sleek Grimclaw, staying a healthy distance away and watching the sleek one move up to the pile, grab a mouthful of the food, and then scurry back to the other two. They disappear from your sight.
Yippee! Babies!
Babies.
And with that, you
R.I.P.
don't
their
see
father.
you don't see any more of any Grimclaws or any other creatures of the evening other than, like, you know, bugs and stuff. The morning cracks, and Mads,
Mhm.
as you wake up, you feel, more so than you have the last couple of days, brimming with something, and you're not quite sure what it is, because it's not the magic you normally use or feel. It feels like something different is billowing underneath the skin, like within you. That is all.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Everybody feeling rested.
As I'll ever be.
Oh yeah, all right, let's go. Joe gets up, straps all the stuff back on, cleans up camp, and you guys make your way up.
Yippee.
Okay.
And Joe was not in charge of breakfast this time.
Yippee!
Joe was not in charge of breakfast.
Irie would have made breakfast.
Pyrie, what'd you make for breakfast?
I probably would have taken the rations and stuff and just, like, you know, cook the vegetables that needed to be cooked down a little bit so they're not so tough, and just cut up the fruits and everything. Kind of, you know, very simple. Lightly seasoned.
You had a nice vegetable medley and hash for breakfast with a side of fruit.
Uh-huh.
So, for all intents and purposes, you guys make your way off to the village. It is fairly small, about the same size as the other. Most of the people are going about their day and don't inherently interact with you. This particular section of the journey is brevity based, as it is not relevant to the rest of what happens. So you manage to procure your fishing boat, which is a small little boat, more of a, like, not even a skiff. It is very much a 2-bench fishing boat with a sail plugged in the center. Are any of you proficient with water vehicles?
I think that was me, maybe. Hold on. I don't remember.
I thought it was mad.
Yes,
weirdly
it was
enough.
me!
I was like, I can't swim. It certainly wasn't me.
Like, And I knew something with water with both of you. I just didn't know which way it went.
Because I remember us discussing this on the chip where I was like,
Huh.
when everything was going to shit, I was like, does this do anything for me? And you were like, if
Interesting.
something had happened to the captain and you needed to drive, that would have been good for you. And I said, okay.
So Liari being the one person who can manage the ship. It's not a big ship, so you can kind of manage the sail and the rudder from the back on your own. It doesn't require additional help because of the size of the boat. But you guys can make your way on and begin your sailing straight across the channel. How would you like to go about that? Are you planning on sailing around the island, which will
I
take
didn't know that
longer?
roll. Just gonna click on it.
Or would you like to... I appreciate that. Are you sailing directly across this small bit, as it's a small boat, or are you going to attempt to go along the edge of the coast?
feel like we-
Remake that. Like visually show me the options of what you were saying again, because
You're
I don't
starting
see
here.
difference.
You're starting here.
Okay.
You can
Mhm.
sail straight across, which is going to be probably the safest and most direct route to get to land, or you can work
Sure.
your way up the coast in the boat around to the dock at
Can
Melody
we get
Cove.
close to the coast and then make a decision?
Sure.
Right. I was gonna say, like, why is it not a combination of both? Because you start by going like the fastest route, and then
Yeah.
and then you go like while you're like close to shore.
Oh,
so if
sure.
something happens, it's swimmable. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm. So with that in mind, then, will you go ahead and give me? I believe you are very familiar with how water vehicles work and have worked them in the past. Go ahead and give me a dexterity check with advantage, as you know what you're doing.
Dexterity.
Nice.
Wow.
Can we
Okay.
get bigger? Nope.
Liari, Mads, Pyrie, and Joe pile into the boat. Liari easily and skillfully begins checking all of the rigging, making sure everything is watertight before proceeding to cast off from the dock, catching the wind in the singular sail in the center of the boat, and beginning the trek eastward across the small amount of sea that is here. Mads.
Since I am the driver of
Oh,
the
yeah.
boat and they have nowhere to go, I am not a bard, but I will make them listen to my sea shanties the whole time.
Sea shanties?
Yeah.
I should have gotten sea shanties. You'd think I'd have them by now. Sag. I do have web fishing music that I used.
That's awesome.
It's not actually web fishing, but it's the music I used for web fishing. So Liara, you have set off the sails catch. You guys make your way eastward, away from the island of Silver Song, and towards Melody Cove. Mads, would you say you have ginger left or not?
That's a great question.
You did
It would
get
be in
an
your
extra
inventory if you
large
wrote it down.
amount that you got from Patch previously,
Hmm.
but it's whether or not you think
I-
you'd have some.
I imagine I wouldn't have gotten rid of it unless. Does ginger like go bad?
It'll harden, but you'd still chew on it, so think of it like a jerky that really won't die.
I imagine Mads would keep it because in my brain, Mads is a hoarder.
Valid. So
Mhm.
then I'll say that you have the ginger for when you begin feeling nauseous as the waves crash against the edge of the boat.
And my singing is grinding in your ears.
The ginger might be nauseous looking. Perhaps.
Oh,
Yeah.
like it looks gnarly, but you're still like.
Yeah. Just gnawing on it. Yeah.
So during this, you got the boat in the very beginning of the day. It's about a half a day's sail to reach landfall. In this little boat, it takes a while. So, as you guys make your way over, you just have a little sea shanty. You can interrupt my descriptions at any time if you have something you'd like to do during that. Otherwise, we'll move on to the next portion.
I feel like Mads would pray during this time at some point when they're not gnawing on jerky ginger.
Jerky ginger. Okay. Well, then, with that in mind, will you roll me a D100 and tell me what Mads is praying about?
Mads is going to be praying about that weird feeling and hoping to not die on the water.
That's what he did.
Ah, yeah, that's pretty solid. Ba-ba-da-bam. I need to do my own roll. Wow. All right. Okay. That's noted. Thank you.
Interesting.
You're welcome, I think.
Maybe.
At some point, I might test the waters with how people are doing and try to initiate a bonding conversation with, like, I don't know. Liari doesn't know how to talk about much that I think the others would be interested in, but she would still, like, open the floor to, like, maybe talk about the past. So, like, has anybody ever gone on this small of a boat before? Stuff like that, and then maybe kind of guide the conversation if anybody takes the bait. I don't know.
Mads is going to chew on her jerky and just, no. That's it.
Were you always a land creature? She's trying.
Like Irene would be face first, over the edge, staring at fish, not paying attention.
All right, we're going back to shanties. I tried.
She's too mesmerized because she hasn't been this close to the fish. Because all the other boats that they've been on have been huge. She's just having fun staring to find new creatures. That is all.
Okay. You're seeing quite a number of beautifully colored and shimmery fish just under the surface, loving their life, especially as you leave the shore. That's where you see the most. So, you guys make your way off along the way. Eventually, as midday, barely early, I would even say like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. It's not really evening yet. As you reach just the edge here, the land is completely covered in a jungle. It is large and intimidating from this particular side. It looks like a wall of untamed, because it is, untamed vegetation and jungle. Liari, please make me another dexterity check with advantage for sailing along the shore to Melody Cove. Okay. So it gets a little bit rougher, but not very rough, as the winds start to pick up a little bit and the water becomes a little bit more choppy. Mads, your ginger is doing wonders, but the choppy water is making it hard. Will you give me a con check, or con save, please? All right. You manage to keep the contents of your stomach within your stomach.
Yay.
Huge.
Huge. You guys continue along the coast, along the island's western and northern coast, scanning the unfamiliar shoreline. Just keeping an eye out. And as the sun starts to go down, the water begins to get more and more choppy. It seems as if, well, not seems, water works that way. It'll get choppy. I could be wrong, but that's how it's going. So.
Yeah.
But eventually, you do see a slender stretch of golden sand hidden amidst the walls of shale and rock that extend and jut out from the edges of these islands. And it's bracketed by a few little huts with little thatched roofs. There's a single wooden pier that juts just over the shallows. And it looks like this will probably be the only bit of civilization before the evening catches you.
Well, I would like to dock, Mr. DM.
I like fat docks. I love fat docks. There it is. There it is. I knew it was coming. I knew it was going to happen. So anyway, as you pull up at the pier, it's weathered planks and very sparse amount of supports. Kind of make it look a little rickety, but it's holding up to the wind and the water breaking against the support beams. As you pull up, you can see that this little village is 4 thatch huts with a central cooking area, has some small chairs around it, and then behind this beach and slightly cleared out little village area is the jungle at large, with a singular pathway marking its way further into the jungle. This looks very, very small as far as locations go, and as you pull up to the pier, the waves kind of lapping up against the shore and the support beams, and your boat bumping into the actual dock itself. You see an individual making their way over to you, who raises a trembling hand as he kind of eyes you up and down.
In a friendly way?
He wanders over and kind of waits. Yeah, in a friendly way. Kind of in a almost scared of you way. But as you make your way up, would you go ahead? Well, actually, you're docking. I'll say you're able to dock because you're fairly skilled at boats anyway. So you guys dock and begin making your way out.
Master.
Dog Master. I didn't upload the picture. I gotta go get it because I'm smart. So anyway, as you guys dock, this individual who is a very lean, suntanned gentleman who's a bit wiry, kind of an average height. So he's a little bit smaller or shorter than Pyrie, I should say. But his entire body seems to be primarily made of muscle, mostly spent in his arms, which are half Popeye, if you will. He has some close-cropped brown hair. It's peppered with some gray. And as he looks at you, he seems pretty wary of you guys. Give me 2 seconds while I get that set up. So you guys go ahead and park up there.
Sure. Oh there.
Get me off this boat.
He's
Okay.
gonna just like lift Mads and just gently place them on solid ground.
Mads, are you allowing yourself to be lifted?
Yes.
Okay.
Anything that gets me off the boat.
You just hear Joe very, very lightly. She gets so mad when I do it.
You just gotta pick the right moment, bud. It's not you. I don't know. It might be you. She doesn't like me either, but it's a all in the right moment type of scenario.
Yeah, I hear that a lot. Yeah. There's the picture.
I mean, you hear that? Is he okay? Jesus.
Whoa, what's
Okay,
wrong
I'm gonna
with his
change my
arm?
reaction to Ho there to like, where's the monster? My God.
He raises
Can I
up
help
his good arm. Says, hello there. I'm Tarn. We weren't expecting visitors, but please come share our hospitality. And he gestures towards the cluster of huts up along the shore there.
Mr. DM, I'd like to suss him out, because you said he looks like more like he's scared of us than anything else, but I would like to get a vibe check on, like, hostility levels.
Yeah, roll insight. Are you asking you asking him a question, or are you just kind of taking a look at what he's looking like and gauging?
Yeah, I'm looking at him. I'm looking at the body language, the words he's using, the way he's saying it, eye contact. I'm taking all that shit in, like, how he's...
I'd like to say
Vibe
hi
check.
to him, and then obviously, like, I'm assuming we can all see his arm.
Yeah, his arm is very obvious, which...
I'd
Yeah.
like to directly just ask him, like, are you in need of help? Do you need to be healed? Is your arm okay?
Liar, I'll do yours momentarily, but Tarn turns back. Well, it's doing all right. And he kind of looks at you, squints, and looks you up and down a little bit. Thank you for asking. Liari, I will say, with a 15, he's kind of keeping his arm, like, not tucked away, but he's keeping it safe and directing you mostly with his right arm. He seems genuinely concerned that a whole bunch of well-equipped individuals just pulled up on their tiny little dock in the middle of nowhere just before nightfall. He does seem to kind of wince a little bit when he shifts his arm as well.
I'm gonna take this moment to look at the party and connect our brains. For an hour. That's so fun. Wow.
Wow.
Sure.
Well, you're connected for an hour.
Expert docking. Minds are connected for 1 hour. I'm probably, when I connect our brains, I'm gonna kind of like, I don't know, connect with Mad specifically and say, I mean, you mentioned healing him and he honestly might need it. He doesn't look like he's doing too good.
Oh, mentally, do you think he'd be okay to that? He seems pretty terrified of us.
Right, he seems skittish, so if we heal him, he might warm up to us, no?
Fair enough. I'll ask him then directly. May I try to heal your arm? I know you don't know me, but I'm sure I can at least help.
Tarn kind of looks at you, and he squints a little bit, like he's trying to decide whether or not to trust you. All right, sure. he's gonna kind of come over and kind of stand awkwardly, not really knowing what to do with his arm, just kind of holding it out a little bit.
Gonna reassure him, like, yeah, that's perfect. And then I'll use Cure Wounds.
So as you reach out and very gingerly kind of touch him, the lotus glows that whitish light, and the arm heals up almost entirely. Like, it leaves a little bit of scarage as it's a little old as far as wounds go, but the arm is completely healed now. And Tarn looks at it, kind of pulls the bandages off, and kind of like does that thing where you stretch it out and kind of like look at it and wonders, oh, thank you. I can't tell you how much that's been bothering me. You all seem like nice folk. Please excuse my distrust of you. We've had visitors late. There's a lot, but please come with me. And do you need a place to stay?
That would be great.
Yes.
And maybe we could hear some more about your experience with the visitors of late. They sound awful.
Yes, I'd like to hear about these visitors too.
Like, who just sits there staring at you, wounded like this, and doesn't offer to help? What
Oy.
assholes.
Yeah,
The
they're
marks are
not
quite intense as well, so
So, yeah, he kind of walks you off the dock and into what is essentially the center of the village. All right, let's start the right way. So, welcome to Seabreak. It's a tiny little place, and there's not many of us, but please, I'll tell you all about them, but there's a couple of things. So, firstly, we've been having a bit of trouble with the wildlife. As you can tell, we're a fishing village, and we get all of our food primarily from fishing. And he points off down the beach. You see a thrashed and shredded boat in a pile of other broken boats. And, well, the latest boat, or the last of our seafaring ones, are, well, it's not in working order anymore. There was a giant, enormous crab thing. It grabbed me boat, it grabbed me. As you can see, I barely got my arm out. And, well, then we were visited by, what was their names? The Painted Blades. That's right, that's what their names were. They said they were a bit of a... like, they're real flashy types. They got bright clothes, and they got fancy weapons, and their leader was this human fella named Kite. Kept going on about how skilled they were, they'd take care of our problems, they just wanted some coin, and we gathered up what we could. All of our savings, really. We gave them the coin, and, well, we never saw a lick of them after that. But let me introduce you to the town.
Iron's gonna immediately perk up at giant crab thing and go running over to him and be like, There's a what? There's a giant crab?
Aye, a giant crab. It's what almost took me arm.
She is so sparkly eyed. And she is so excited.
No, no.
And she's just, we can totally help you with this crab problem. Where is it?
Oh,
We can help, but we're not taking the parts, Pyrie.
Fiery is so ignoring everything that Larry says.
are you sure? We can't offer much. Truth be told, we can't offer anything. We have
Just let us stay with you for a little bit. We can help with food, and we can definitely help with the crab problem.
Are you sure?
She's gonna do the excited, like, sparkly-eyed nod. Of like, yes,
Oh, all right. This is exciting. We can't go fishing without this problem being resolved. So yes, I'll absolutely take you up on the offer. The crabs are bigger than me. They're bigger than a normal person. One of them snapped my little fishing boat right in half, and they come from within the jungle. They scuttle out into the sea, all around the village. It's all we could do but run away from them whenever they get near. We can't be having them around the children. But yeah, I'll point you in the right direction. I pointed the painted blades that way, but I'm not sure what happened to them. Perhaps they survived. Perhaps they didn't. And he's gonna point you guys
with how
out.
they were mistreating you, it's neither here nor there for me either way, but we'll for sure solve the problem. We'll find out. We'll find out what happened to them. 2 birds, 1 stone.
handle it.
So with that in mind, Tarn will take you in. Are you guys... So, okay. With all of you around, you do see that there is a number of individuals kind of poking out of these huts or around corners, just kind of watching you. That is the
We love
wrong
that.
image. I just sent you the same image. Hilarious. Aha. There you go. Sorry, what'd you say?
Oh
That's
my
a
god, he's got
mannequin.
an arm.
He's healed.
So much better.
He's healed.
So he's healed so much better. Again, I did not hear what you said. So sorry.
Huh?
But there are faces and stuff poking out. You see a couple of elderly people, a couple of small children, just kind of looking about, peeking out from behind some barrels behind one of these huts. Are you guys heading straight out, or are you trying to stay the night? Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, we're staying the night. The sun has set. We don't.
It is set.
Let us not fight scary creatures in the middle of the night.
So true.
All right.
And then we can get to know other people other than just Tarn for a second.
Right.
Who knows? There might be some panties to thieve. We haven't seen
There
people
could
yet.
be. There could be.
There might be
Do you
panties.
think when he got hurt, they were like, "Oh, Tarn."
Tarn turn.
Like, "Oh, Tarn."
oh, oh. It's like, damn, Daniel, but it's darn, Tarn. What happened?
Darn. Exactly. You get it.
So good. So Tarn turns turns back around. And says, right, I forgot me manners. I was so taken aback with another group of travelers that I didn't think to introduce all over the village. I'm sorry. What were your names exactly? I'm not sure we.
I'm Liari, and then we have Mads and Pyrie and Joe, and I'll point to them respectively.
Hello. A pleasure to meet y'all, Liari, Mads, Pyrie, Joe.
Yeah, pleasure's all ours.
I don't know why that was so funny. Anyway, Tarn takes you in and walks you around the village, and everybody has now come out now that they see that you are not a threat or problematic in any way. Right. So this is our community, and this is Garvin and Mira Tidebreaker. And you see a couple of blue-hued skin water genasies that live in one of the huts. And he points down at a little dog. Says, right, that's Brian. Don't mind him. He's a bit fiery sometimes. And he's kind of like, not growling, but he's looking at you guys suspiciously. Mads and Liari, will you guys please roll a history check?
Oh dear. Hopefully in a good way.
I was like, why do I know this place? Oh, okay. All right.
Wow. Yeah.
Would it be worth it to try and add my 1d4 to it?
Your 1d4 could hit the DC. Yes.
Okay, baby, let's go. Hit that 4.
Yo!
Yeah.
And DC was 12, by the way.
Okay, huge.
As you are introduced to Garvin and Mira, they're a bit of an older couple. They're probably like 50s-ish. They look really familiar to you. It's like you've seen some of their features someone else. Water genasi, blue-hued skin. Interesting. And then it hits you.
Yeah. Go on.
You met someone who looks just like them in Lorehaven. Which is,
yeah. Marina.
Marina Tidebreaker. Anyway, so as you continue being introduced to everybody. Right, and this is Nell, Colonel Craspear. She's one of the best fisherwomen I've ever met. She's got 2 twins. Points over to the kids that are like hiding behind some barrels, and as soon as he points, they like duck down. Right, that's Jory and Kaylin. They both look about 10-ish. And then Tarn gestures over to a younger woman. And this is Elena. It's me wife, and we have our little one, Miri, and he's kind of point to the tiny baby that's swaddled up in Elena's arms. Right, so this is just a bit of us. We're just a bit of a little village. There's not a whole lot to us, but we would truly appreciate any assistance that you could offer. So we're quite excited. We're happy to share whatever little bits of fish we have left. Our supplies have started to get a bit low, as every time we go fishing, the crabs return.
Mr. DM, can I gauge whether or not I think whether or not I think I could hit Marina's mom?
Oh my god.
I'm trying.
I don't even know what to roll for that. Insight? Maybe?
I don't know either, because the dad's still in the picture, right? That was the other
He's
dude.
alive. He's right there.
He's right there. Do they look like they swing? Like you said insight?
Kind of hard to gauge without any additional information. So the high
There's a double
DC.
entendre here.
You know what? They look like really nice people.
Wow.
You cannot gauge if they're swingers.
Okay. Also, a high table, is there a way that we could get a quick list of the people that are here? Do you have that available?
I
Or
do
should we
have that
just, like,
available,
work on
yeah.
that? Okay.
Yeah, I got that.
I'm so sorry, but I felt like I had to ask.
You know what?
Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Imagine, I have both of their panties.
Oh my god.
Family reunion.
In your pocket.
Oh boy. Yeah, I mean, Liari will just be in general pretty friendly as we're being introduced and kind of like wave and nod at people as like she would take note of the people that she might want to get to know and like a wink with a little nod on the side too, but that's kind of where this list comes in. Because I don't remember all of the people you said already. I zoned in a little too hard on the mom, and then I know he also has a wife, and then there's lots of kids running around, oddly enough.
There are a few kids. So they're Jorn and Kaylin and Miri. So two 10-year-olds and a baby.
Surely they haven't lived here the whole time, right?
Wow, a single woman. Amazing.
You know.
So okay,
yeah,
I'll wink
right.
at the mom and I'll wink at Nell. But I'm not gonna try and break up the other dude's marriage. We just healed his arm. Fuck it. But everybody else, I'm like super normal.
Okay. Yeah, I can't discern any reaction to that necessarily.
Wow, that's super unfortunate.
You're
both
very
sucked.
busy.
Yeah, that's fair. It's fine.
So, Tarn has showed you around the village. The sun has gone down. You do feel like there's, although your presence is new and exciting in its own way, there is a bit of a anxiety or fear that hangs over the village. You don't see them go very far away from the buildings. Tarn,
Like, in
Yeah.
general, or you mean like outside of like either towards the water or towards the jungle? Or they quite literally are just confined to their homes?
like they stay very much in the circle. That is it. They do not venture outside of the circle.
Yeah, fair enough.
Tarn is kind of talking about nothing at this point. He's just very excited to have people who have agreed to help. The village is going about kind of setting up for dinner. It seems to be much of a communal thing. So you see Nell as well as Garvin and Mira, the older couple, kind of begin pulling out what looks to be a very measly amount of fish that are being kept in barrels to maintain freshness, and beginning to kind of break those down so they can be cooked over a open fire pit. It does not look like nearly enough food for a village of this size, especially with travelers in it.
I'm gonna like mentally address the group and say I think we should share some of our rations potluck style, as we're now burdening these people and they don't have much to give in the first place.
Well, yeah, silly. That's what I said we were doing.
No, okay.
So, I'll say then, as you guys kind of begin breaking down your stuff and adding it as a potluck style thing, everybody gathers around the fire pit in the center. The children even come out and begin assisting with some of the prep work. And let me see something. Wow. So, Mads, for some reason, the children seem to be very specifically stuck on you. Like, they are just hanging around, like, checking you out because you look cool. And, like, every time you look
Same
at them, they
size.
kind of giggle and run away.
Maz is gonna think this is really annoying. And just gonna...
That's amazing. But they continue to do that, yeah.
Come on,
That's
Mads. They like you.
cute.
Go play with them.
you'd go play with them.
What are
Pyre can go play with him.
Are we gonna play?
Anyways, I'm gonna turn into a fluffy bunny because I had dreams about being a fluffy bunny.
Heyo. So big fluffy bunny.
And I'm gonna turn into a fluffy bunny and I'm gonna go play with the kids. Yep.
Yep, the whole village is now horrified.
The whole village is reacting.
Some good, some awful. Oh, dear.
Okay, I need to go in an order here. Hang on. Okay, the two kid. All right. So Jory and Kaylin. Kaylin freaks out the moment you transform into a giant hare. You're about their size, objectively speaking. You're the same size as Mads, maybe a hair taller. And
Got him.
I'm so funny. Anyway, Jory, on the other hand, is absolutely like astounded and comes over and like tentatively starts to like poke you a little bit and just is absolutely flabbergasted by your cool magic ability to change into a bunny.
Bunny.
So
Let's go.
You guys spend some time, like, you hop around with the children. Eventually, Kaylin kind of becomes chill about it and joins in, and you have a lot of fun with them. When you transformed, the Tidebreakers were aghast and kind of, like, shrank away for a second before you started playing with the kids. Now they're fine, but they were a little surprised, as well as Elena, who is Tarn's wife. She seemed a little scared that you were able to just transform yourself and kind of held the baby a little bit closer. They don't see a lot of magic.
Fair enough.
So, you guys share a great evening feast. Tarn and Joe seem to have hit it off really well based on some of these rolls that I've done.
Cute.
And
I would like to, throughout the course of the dinner, attempt to chat up Nell and use what Pyre did as like a way in, like, hey, my friend's real good with your kid, you know, like that's the way in type navigation.
I see.
Yeah.
For Nell, I would like for you to roll
Yeah.
persuasion.
Oh wow. Okay.
I know, and this is just kind of just to like get the chit chat going. Now I would like for you to roll insight on Nell.
I'm trying to think. I might want to bolster knack that persuasion. Let's see if we can hit the mob. Let's see. We try. Okay, so that's a 13 for intensive purposes, and then you said insight.
Correct. Damn. 25?
Just to find out she's not gay.
So
We knew this.
you talk to Nell. She's very happy that her children are smiling and laughing. It's been a little while since they've done that, especially with all of the monster attacks and how unsafe they feel and how close they have to stay to home. And it's very strange. You kind of get into a little bit more conversation. And a few years ago, there was a fishing accident and her husband perished during that, is what you learn. You also become very aware that she is not at all interested in relations. She is a very straight woman.
That's all right. I'll still be empathetic to the fact that her husband died and like comfort that, but I'll let it go.
Yeah. I love that it was a 25 to just find out. Oh, yeah, she's not gay.
She's wow, super straight, huh? No wiggle room. None,
The
I see.
straightest.
Wow, amazing. Yep.
So you guys spend the night.
Huh?
Eh?
Says who would have thunk.
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Not
that's
every
crazy,
woman
I
is
don't know.
gay. Unbelievable.
I know. But you gotta test the waters, man. You don't know. You don't know until you know. And now
That's
I know.
fair. Now you
I'm walking
know.
away.
Now you know.
Now she's just a really nice lady that I had a lovely chat with.
Huh. Okay. So as you guys spend the night, the meal is cooked. You have supplemented it exceptionally so with fruits, vegetables, all fresh, all recently brought from Yarif. And the village is essentially having a miniature feast. Everyone seems exceptionally excited to have such good food, and it seems like they haven't eaten a lot in a while. I know that seems like you guys go to a lot of villages where that's happening. It's just coincidental. We're gonna move on from that, but they're very happy. The evening kind of comes to a close. If there's any particular thing you'd like to do during said evening, you can. Otherwise, we will have you guys take a long rest for the evening, as they provide you an empty hut that used to belong to a family that no longer lives here.
In a tragic way or like they moved on way?
In a moved on way, not tragic.
I was gonna say they weren't murdered anywhere.
No, maybe.
I'm gonna rage and then go to bed.
Yeah, I'll probably still suggest that we sleep in shifts just cuz.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're nice people, but also, so if Pyrie, if you want to take shift with me.
Yeah.
Because we only need 4 hours anyway. And then I'll sleep second this time because I think I slept first last time.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. So then for this, Pyrie, go ahead and roll perception as you keep watch for the first 4 hours of your evening's rest, full and happy from your meal. And then everybody, well, you gotta finish the perception before we take long rest, I think. So with a 12, there's some people who kind of keep up a little bit later. This seems to have been like a miniature celebration with so much food, and everybody was so happy and felt kind of safe with such prominent magic users in the village. But eventually everyone settles down and heads into their respective huts. And you can hear the shore as the waves crash on it, the wind kind of blowing through the jungle behind you, and it's very calm, almost serene. Nothing happens otherwise during your watch. Liari with a 14 on that one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You get pretty much the same spiel with the waves, with the jungle. And as the sun begins to break, it is very stunning. And you vaguely recall spending such sunsets with someone you hope to see again in the future. And it brings you a lot of joy.
I'm
So-
gonna hang on to my special pair of panties while I watch that.
So, if you haven't taken a long rest and you need to, please do so. As the morning comes, Tarn is already up, about, and ready. And as you guys kind of wake up and make your way out of the hut, you have a prepared breakfast that is already being cooked from the leftovers from the previous evening, as well as some supplementary grilled fish for the morning. And Tarn looks up as you guys are kind of coming down your hut's stairs and says, "All right, good morning to ya. Mind if I be taking you over to the boat, or what's left of it, and we begin looking into this crab situation then?
Yep. Let's go.
So-
Are they edible? Do you know if they're edible?
We're gonna find out.
So just like giant crab.
So, I'm not really sure where these particular breeds of crabs came from, but it's a new onset only within the last few months. At first, the regular crabs that roam around the beach, of course, they're normal size, delicious to eat. Then they started getting bigger, a little bit more difficult to be taken down. The last one I saw was as big as I was. Took out the boat, almost took me arm. So,
Right.
probably good eats.
Alright. Well, that'll be good considering y'all appear to be running low on food. So hopefully we can get this thing done and have a real nice seafood stew tonight or whatever.
Oh, that would be... Oh, it'd be great. So anyway, let me take you to the boat. We can follow the tracks which are nearby as well. That's where I sent off the painted blades. And before we dive into that portion of the session, we'll go ahead and take our break.
Yippee! Go piss.
Also, there is a shanty playlist provided by Mr. Burton in the Discord. So,
Dude,
if you want to see that, you can join the Discord, which I can't spell.
I love the Discord.
The Discord.
So true, Discord.
So
We
true.
love Discord.
But we'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes, so don't go anywhere. Probably about 15, 20 after the hour, we will come back and start right up, right again. Yeah.
let's go.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the
Wow.
break. I hope you used the restroom and woed and got a snack and a drink. You know, all that self-care stuff.
Whoa.
Little chicken wings.
Chicken wings.
And
Oh,
Garlic
that
bread.
sounds so good.
Bro, okay, hold up.
And now, I'm dying.
I feel like at least 50% of Echoing Isle episodes have involved you eating wings.
Yeah, I don't know why, but D&D in my brain equals like pizza wing night. So
Yeah,
that's what
I
it's
need my
been.
wing.
I love
Yeah.
that. That's
So,
so great.
Makes sense to me.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause I want wings now.
I need to start doing that. Yeah. For real.
Mr. DM, because I
Ooh.
ate my mac and cheese and broccoli, and I'm also munching on a cracker, and I have a fruit cup, may I roll to steal your panties?
Yes, you can. Damn.
Okay. Special. We tried.
We gave it a try.
All right.
Whoa.
Time to go catch crabs.
Honestly, the double count on Mr. DM is probably fine.
That's very funny.
So, you guys woke up, had a wonderful breakfast. Oh,
Yes, one more. Yeah, let's go. Yeah. Damn. I tried. Thank you, Mandy.
Mandy is Pog.
that was so exciting. Good job, guys. Girl.
I've literally only ever had his panties once for about 2 or 3 episodes before I lost him on a nat one.
It was rough. What a time.
It was
Pain.
pretty bad.
I do like
I
this.
did get him once, so it's
I do
doable.
like this little mini game, though. It's very entertaining. Plus the whole
Yeah.
shy moderator situation.
True.
I was only a mod for like 3 episodes.
Oh, are
So-
you currently
Saving up for-
unmodded? Amazing.
Yeah, now I'm saving up for VIP.
Boop.
Oh. Amazing.
Smile because it happened. Nah, that's true. That's true.
So true.
So to bring us back in, you guys woke up, had an amazing, well, you had an adequate breakfast of leftovers and some fresh grilled fish for breakfast, as Tarn brought you over to look on the destroyed wreckage of not only the most recently used fishing boat, which at best are hardly seaworthy to begin with, but the rest of them are destroyed and have been dry rotting here on the sand for some time. The most recent one is pretty dried out. It obviously got some use at least a few days ago, if not a week ago, but the wood is almost completely dried. As Tarn brings you over and kind of motions to it, you can see that there are large gouge marks, much larger than any crab that you could think of, like, than you could fathom, as a crab is usually about a handheld size, right? But whatever did this, it must be at least 3,
Have you seen
4
them
feet
like
tall.
king crabs though?
Wait, what?
Have you seen the king crabs? They're like insane. They're like as tall as people. They're like long boys.
I mean,
They're long
how
boys.
often do you see those in IRL though?
You shouldn't ask me in this for the state that I live in because it's quite not
I'm not
infrequent.
next to the ocean.
Ask anybody else.
I mean, I am also
Not near the
landlocked.
ocean.
I have water, but no ocean.
Right.
Yeah, see, ask anybody else. So I'll give you the
Great.
answer you're looking for.
No, I don't see crabs bigger than like a small turtle.
Oof.
I don't know.
Small turtle. Amazing. Okay, here we go. We lock back in. We're ready.
So as you guys kind of look at it, these are very large gouges in the boat. The boat itself has an entire chunk ripped out, which makes it completely unsafe for seafaring, as it's half of the center of the boat is basically broken off. So there's this big gap. Notes. So as Tarn kind of points it out, he's like, "Right, that was mine, and it was our last and best fishing boat. But whatever tore it up, it's still roaming from here into the jungle. And none of us can go fishing. We can't risk another one if it's just gonna come roaming back in and break the boat. We're not... We appreciate you looking into it. We can't afford another ship. So we'll have to save up a bit before we can get back into fishing, and maybe we can make one. But for now, this one is quite destroyed." And he also points off into the jungle, into, like, not a pathway, but a general direction. So the last time we saw the crabs, they made their way into the jungle there. The painted blades, as they called themselves, followed that way. They said they saw some tracks and made their way into the jungle. They'd be back in a day or two, and it's been... well, it's been about 4 days now. So we're not really sure what happened to them. I assume they made off with the money. Probably should have held it until after. But...
Yeah, that's a good negotiating thing to have learned. We all have to go through that. I get it. We'll go figure out what happened, and if we can get them squared away with you, we'll try and get them squared away with you.
oh, you're just the best. I truly appreciate you. We'll try to scrap together something for your reward. I might know more when you come back.
All right. Are you ready, team? Ready to go crabbing?
I guess so.
Captain
Crabbing.
So,
Raymond?
I'm gonna
How-
connect our brains for the first time today, so it's for free for
mhm.
2
And then-
hours. We really are.
Wow.
That's okay.
Okay, so you're connected for 2 hours. As you guys begin trekking into the jungle, can I ask you, who is leading this? And then
Probably whoever's the best at tracking tracks.
Well,
Can we
Who's-
roll to see who's leaving?
Because last time it was Mads. When Joe got stole, Mads was the only one that saw anything when I was panicking.
all right. Then what I'll have you guys do is you're tracking the crab's tracks as well as the painted blades. Go ahead and give me a survival check from everybody.
Oh,
Nice.
All right.
Let's go, Pyrie.
going first is pretty good. In
So,
that
Leah-
case, I'll be somewhere in the middle.
So, Liari and Mads, you guys gonna take that mid-range area. Joe will bring up the rear, as Pyrie immediately catches on to how the crabs move, how to track them, and how to make your way through the jungle, following what is a very lightly pressed down pathway. Whatever these crabs are going to and from for, they're leaving a fairly nice trail that seems to be getting better over time.
What do you mean
Well,
better?
Better as in more padded down into an actual pathway, like plants being pushed
Okay.
out of the way, and it's more pathway-y.
I'd like to say to the group to keep their eyes peeled not only for the crabs but also for the is it painted blades? I think I wrote down painted daggers, but that's not right.
Painted blades, yes.
Just because just in case they're like lying in wait for some sort of ambush. I don't know why they would do that, but just to make it aware to the group, it's a possibility. And then we move forward.
Okay.
Oh.
So you guys make your way forward. Will everybody roll me not perception, I'm sorry.
Oh, just kidding. Well,
Sorry.
cool
It be-
as shit anyway.
That's of my brain. A Constitution saving throw, because you are now trekking
Not
for
again.
a considerable amount of time into the jungle.
I'm okay.
Damn. All right, nobody rolled a 1 or under a 5, so you guys are doing great.
Yay.
Mads and Pyrie, you guys are getting a little winded. but otherwise everything is fine. So, you guys continue making your way deeper into the jungle. It takes a few hours, not a few hours, it takes about 2 hours of following this. Whatever these crabs are doing to go this deep into the jungle seems very out of character.
Huh.
It's not a Joe roll, but that's a small treasure roll.
Oh, yippee! What did we find while traipsing through the weeds?
Oh, it's for Mads.
It is actually for Mads. No shit. I'm doing it in order. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Whoa.
Mads, as you guys are making your way through the jungle, off to the side, almost completely covered by some leaves and vines, you happen to find 50 feet of silk rope.
Yay.
Yay! So if you want to put 50 feet of silk rope with 10 gold into your inventory, that would be wonderful. Thank you very much, Burden, for the small treasure. So,
Thank you.
you guys make your way deeper and deeper, and eventually, as you get pretty far into the jungle, you find what looks to be some sort of ruin, and the tracks lead directly into it.
Oh dear.
Where's my thing? Alright. As you guys continue deeper and deeper into the jungle, eventually you find a multitude of rivers and other water sources kind of falling into a central location. You see a stone archway which emerges from the undergrowth. It's half buried in moss, vines, what looks to be years of accumulated debris. There are carvings and outlines along the arch, along the pillars, throughout all of the stonework, though most of the detail has been eroded by time and nature. A small but steady little creek trickles deeper into this this ruin down some short stairway further in. You can also see that the tracks lead directly in, pressed deep into the muddy ground around it.
Do we see signs of the tracks from the blades?
Go ahead and roll a investigation or survival for that. And anybody can participate in that if they'd like.
Nope.
So, Pyrie.
Yeah.
There are very faint traces of a number of footprints. Hard to tell with a 15, anywhere between 3 to 5 people. You do see that they trudge into this ruin, and then you see them leaving and going around it. They seemingly head off into the jungle past it, but that's all you can really gauge. The rest of it's washed away or covered.
I'm going to obviously, hopefully, be explaining this to the group. They went in, they went out, they went around. That way.
Why would they go around?
How
I'm
the
kind
hell
of
do I
more
know?
curious about that than the creature itself. I vote we follow the human tracks and see what happened there.
As a point of interest with the 15 of wisdom survival, the tracks do lead off into the jungle, but they disappear after a certain period. They just not like in a weird way, just however long it's just been covered up by rainfall or water just washing them away. So you would not be able to follow them any further than maybe 20 feet in one direction away from the ruin itself.
mean, I'll take that.
Lovely.
I'll do a perimeter search just to see if I see anything.
Sure.
Like dead bodies somewhere, or evidence that a carcass has been hauled off by a different animal.
Give it a perception if you're trying to look around.
Can I keep my little head inside the funny thing and see if there's like, I don't know, maybe stash stuff here before they continued on?
Peeking being like taking some steps into it, or like just kind of leaning in.
I feel like just trying to lean in and like see if I can like actually like see
Okay.
stuff.
Go ahead and give me a perception roll. And then, very nice.
Nice that you did it across
Damn.
my whole screen.
So, Leari, with your 18, looking around, other than what looks like the natural jungle, you really can't see any tracks or any bodies or anything that is out of the natural order. Nothing looks strange, it just looks like jungle.
Alright, I'll mentally report that back to the group that I don't see anything on the perimeter. Nothing weird, nothing strange, just jungle.
Hyrie, with a 27, as you lean in to this archway, it takes a moment for your eyes to adjust to the darkness. You look forward, you see some rubble and debris, a small set of stairs that lead down into what looks to be some kind of stone-walled corridor about 20 feet wide, which takes an abrupt 90-degree turn. There seems to be, with a 27, there is an interesting, almost rainbow luminescence coming from around the corner, but it is very dim and hard to gauge what or how big it is from where you stand in the sunlight.
Are we still we're still brain connected? Yes? No? Maybe?
Yeah, yeah.
Probably. Cool. Irish gonna explain what she sees, and then she sees the funny rainbow shiny thing, and she wants to go see what it is, and she's gonna start walking in.
Alright, I'm gonna run back.
I guess we're going in.
We're going.
It's a shiny
Time
thing.
to
She
go.
wants to know what the shiny thing is.
Yep,
Shiny thing.
it's over. In we go.
Shiny things.
Whoa. We get a map?
Yep. For reference, I made this with Incarnate rather than my normal dungeon draft because I wanted to try it out. So, it's gonna look a little
Slightly
different.
different. Got it.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Boop.
Oh.
Shiny things.
Come on, Joe.
Shiny things.
I'll stay with Joe.
Always assume that Joe is just in the back of the group, unless otherwise stated.
Oh.
I just can't move him around all the time because I'm
Oh,
doing
you
other
know,
shit.
I just imagine we are together.
Yeah.
Shiny things. Shiny things that are rainbow. Shiny things that are rainbow.
So before you guys move too much further, as you guys make your way into the archway, it takes a moment for your eyes to adjust to the darkness. The shine
Does it?
from the sunlight creeping in through the main entry is soon enveloped by the darkness of the underground. Whatever this building was, maybe it wasn't always underground, but it is now. And you can smell the damp earth around you, that wet, almost kind of like after rain smell, except kind of moldy. There's a number of collapsed walls that have started to fall inwards, and that little river that went down the stairs into this place seems to pool in the center of this room with a large glowing plant that seems to give off a rainbow shimmer as it flickers
Plants.
in the darkness. It's a little more noticeable now. There we go. Oh god, it's too noticeable.
My eyes.
You guys do see a number of little crabs scurrying about, which I'm gonna just look at these little guys. Pew, pew.
Wow.
There's a lot of
I
little
try and
crabs.
step on one.
Do you? Okay. Good.
Oh Jesus.
Go ahead and give me an athletics or acrobatics to smush it.
Hard crunch.
I'll smush it.
It's dinner.
Liari, as it scuttles past you, it tries to get into this pile of broken down, rotted wood boxes. You stomp your heel down, and you hear the as you crush the crab beneath your feet. There's a small,
Irie.
and then it just dies.
Irie's gonna have the most horrified look on her face you've ever fucking seen. I was just like, why did you do that?
So many small things have become bigger. I was just making sure that this wasn't gonna get bigger later. Also, that's dinner. I'm gonna pick it up and see if the meat's like salvageable.
Well, it's primarily booted, so salvageable, sure. Good to eat, and you could probably pick around it.
Nice.
That being said, before you move up any further, the moment that you crush it and that squeal happens, you start to hear this skittering and scurrying all around you. I have
Sure.
noises. Hang on.
Now you've done it.
So you hear the skittering, the scurrying, and then out from between the rocks above you and then out from these piles all around you, you start to see an enormous amount of crabs start to come out in a drove, in a swarm. And then
That's disgusting.
from
Let's leave.
from underneath some of the stones and rocks, some crabs about the size, about 2 or 3 feet tall, kind of come out from under the deeper portions of this pool of water in the center of the room and begin making their way towards you. So what I would like everybody
See, I told you, they get bigger.
I'd like everybody to roll initiative, and I'm going to move Joe over here. Yep. There we go. Wow. Good times. This swarm of crabs moves 20 feet, and that's as far as it can move.
Is that is that to scale? Like that's how big the swarm
It's
is?
supposed to
they
be-
of them to look like a singular crab?
It's supposed to be bigger. I just forgot to change the token size. Let me
Okay, how
fix
big
that.
would you say it is?
It should take up a 5-foot square, so let me...
Oh, okay, so
Let me adjust
I was
that.
gonna say the way I would just stomp down on that too. Just crunch.
Raj. Well, they do have swarm features, so you can crunch 1, you can crunch 2, but they will continue coming for you.
Wow.
Well. But in any case, Liari, I believe you are up. I am just fixing these crabs now. There we go. Let me pull up the combat counter and
Cool. Okay. Remind me what we did as far as my flame thing goes. It was melee, so I can't do thrown, right? So I actually have to like
Yeah, you have to hit it melee.
step up to something.
Yeah, and then it can jump. The fire damage can jump 5 feet into
Yeah.
another unit.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna do that then. I'm gonna go up here. And I am going to use my Psychic Blade as the melee attack on the crab. I'm...
Okay, so as you reach forward to stab this crab, you manage to miss just slightly, and then your blade dissipates within the water, just sort of becoming one with the water as it leaves your hand. And the crab looks like it's ready to strike back at you.
I think it has to, because it misses, right? I think it has to hit.
It has to hit, yeah.
Okay, and I just moved, so the only thing that I have left is my bonus action Psychic Blade. If that hits, can I do my Green Flame Blade or nah?
What's your green flame blade technically take as far as actions go?
It's a cantrip at will.
Yeah, so you just swing like normal, and if you hit, green flame blade technically hits as well, yeah.
Okay.
Because it's part of one action.
Slay. So I'll do my bonus action blade. Is a 25 hit, Mr. DM?
Sure does hit, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so then this will be that,
Not bad.
and then
Okay.
it's, yeah.
So both of you get hit with this.
Yep, and then the fire damage that bounces is the D8 damage plus 4.
Plus 4. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So as you take that extra hit, you swing down and manage to smash your psychic blade into the shell of the crab in front of you, this large 3-foot crab. The blade dissipates on hit, and you watch it visibly recoil as the blade itself seems to blast a greenish fire out, engulfing the portion of the giant crab that you stabbed it with before jumping to the nearest enemy, which would be a swarm of crabs, as the fire seems to blast through multiples of these crabs. You watch as about half of the swarm seems to stop and almost just boil alive in the pool of water they are in, as the fire does not seem to care about the water. And that's it for you, yeah?
Yep,
Okay.
because I moved, so.
Hey, look, you can do things. As this swarm of crabs runs up to Joe. And you watch as they start to, actually, he has to be on top. This swarm of crabs swarms under Joe, trying to climb up, trying to snap and pinch and claw all of the exposed parts of his body, trying to clamp onto the armor that he wears, and he's doing his best to kind of knock them off. Doesn't actually do him any harm, but he is currently swarmed by these crabs.
Well.
This swarm attacks Pyrie, moves, and they take their action to try and climb up and swarm Pyrie as well. Pyrie does a 16 hit.
Yep.
Okay. So Currently, you are going to take 10 points of damage as the swarm climbs up and starts pinching. All the exposed skin pinches through your armor or through your clothing, tearing off little chunks and bits of skin with their tiny little claws. As you are overwhelmed by more crabs than you have ever seen in one place, all of which seem to be a little bit red-eyed. Which way you going? Which way you going, little crab? Okay. This crab is also heading over towards Pyrie because Pyrie is the closest. And reaches up to grab. A 10 does not hit though, however, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not.
Alright. So Pyrie, as it reaches up to snap and grapple you, you manage to pull your arm out of the way as you're dealing with the crabs climbing all over you. And it does not hit, and it ends its turn. Giving Joe an opportunity. Joe is going to whip out his dagger and start stabbing as many of these little crabs as he possibly can. I thought these were public. They are not. My apologies. They are now. Joe got a crit.
Whoa, Joe, let's go.
Right. As Joe stabs the big swarm of crabs, you watch him as he just very skillfully, very intentionally starts skewering. Stab! And he discards the crab. Stab! Discards the crab. And he just keeps doing this motion, and he starts to whittle their number down pretty significantly. He does so again. Let's see if he does it again. Actually, yes. He beats their DC. So he continues to do this for the entirety of his turn. Absolutely taking about half of the swarm out in just this one motion. Mads, you are up.
Okay. So I'd like to attack the swarm in hopes that it would not hurt Joe.
You can definitely attempt to do so.
Okay. I would like...
You also must convince me how you would hurt the swarm and not Joe with whatever you do.
Okay. See, I guess like I'm having a bit of a tough time because a lot of mine are like one creature, and since it's a swarm, would it?
Yeah, that's the fun bit. Technically, with a swarm, anything that does one creature, like as far as magical effects or debuffs go, does not apply.
Yeah.
If you were to swing a weapon, that would hit the swarm as a whole, for example. But if you were to like hold creature, it would only hold one of the swarm of crabs, like one crab in the swarm, which is
Got any AoE?
not useful. Not an AoE, yeah.
I don't have AoE.
None like the, I don't know, like smites from the heavens. I don't know.
Not with math.
All right.
So I guess what I can do though
I mean,
is I can swing my mace.
I can swing my mace, my
Yeah.
iron mace. Swing.
Swing.
All right. So you do take a swing. However, you do not manage to hit any of the crabs. You're a little too worried about hitting Joe, and as you swing just a little bit too wide. And don't hit any of the crabs at all.
I would like to try again.
Okay.
Yeah, get a better angle.
Yo!
Yeah, huge angle.
Convince me how you do not hit Joe as well.
I feel like Joe would have at least somehow noticed me swinging this in a sporadic way and maybe was able to maneuver in a way where he would not get hit, and I recognize that.
Okay. So with a that 20 or a 25, you and Joe work in conjunction, and as you swing, he kind of steps into a position where you're able to take out almost the entirety of the swarm in a single swing.
Wow.
Will you roll? Oh no, that's a crit. Never mind. No, you managed to kill the whole swarm.
Holy shit.
As you swing forward, you manage to crush almost every single one of the crabs. And as the swarm dissipates and the crabs start to go their own way, you begin, smushing them one at a time with your foot in your mace. And Joe continues to help with that as well.
That's the spirit. Dinner.
Pyrie, it is your turn. Unless I didn't mean to skip Mads. I know you have a bonus action.
I was gonna say I think that ends my turn, so.
Okay.
Well, so there's a swarm on me, right?
That's right. They are
Okay.
currently crawling over themselves to try and snap at you.
What to do about that, Chief?
So what you thinking there,
Use
Pyrie?
flaming foot.
I can't on myself. If they're physically on me, I
Mhm.
cannot do anything about that.
Yeah, the way that
Because all the things that I have again are like one creature.
right.
But there is this really funny creature in front of me,
There you go.
which I think I can use burning hands on.
Sure.
Yes, Mr.
Yeah,
DM.
yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
I was gonna say, swarm mechanics are funny. Things that hit like an area are doable, or you can try and attack them with a weapon. It's just more like debuffs and stuff don't technically work on them.
Right. Can I just, if I were to like try and shimmy to like the side over here,
Mhm.
would that like do anything?
Technically, the crabs will come with you, but yes, you can move. Currently, you are covered in them, so it's half movement in order to do so. But yes,
That's fine though, because that's all I want to do.
That
is
5
move
foot
to
step.
the side, so I can cast a funny thing and then go boom.
Boom. All right.
Good one.
So, wow.
One of them rolled a 1. Let's go.
Which one of
Huge.
you rolled
Dead
the
on
one?
sight.
Oh, the one directly in front of you rolled the one.
Amazing.
Oh, perfect.
So as you blast your burning hands outwards, all of the crabs are engulfed in fire, though the ones a little bit further away from you take less of the brunt, as the one in front of you seems to be getting roasted alive by the fire damage.
Absolutely fantastic. Question, Mr. DM.
Absolutely.
If I cast something like Burning Hands and it sets things on fire, is the fire that it is
Sorry, scared the fuck out of me.
is,
Like-
is the fire that I have now set on, like that the crab is on fire, is it now considered magical fire or no?
I
Is it just
mean,
flames because it's just fire? It's not like any particular type of like specialty thing. It's just a
most fire is just fire rather than magical. The only reason it would be magical fire is if it is held in place, like you can spend a year casting a particular magic on, like, say, a candle to keep that candle magically
Right.
lit because that's its. But in this case, I would call it regular fire. Yeah.
Awesome, cool. I wanna use the control flame to then move the fire that is on that thing. I don't know how this fucking thing works.
What does this look like? Oh, that's.
It's like a weird
odd.
square.
It's a 5.
And
It's
I
a
don't-
5-foot area. So technically, it's just
Yeah.
one cube. So wherever you want it to go is where you're gonna, in do that 5-foot cube.
Okay. Because I'm taking it from.
Hmm.
I don't know how the hell this works.
Which one do you want to hit?
I'm trying. I wanted to hit the swarm. If I could hit both, I'd hit both. But I
Done.
Oh wait. Okay, now it's letting me. Okay, I don't know. I clicked the thing. It looks really weird on my end because it
Hmm.
keeps changing shapes as I wiggle it around,
Yeah, it does that.
and I don't know what to do about that. But regardless, if I can hit both, I'd like to hit both with the control flames by like jutting it out like towards them.
Well, technically,
But-
you did manage to hit all 3 with the burning hands.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to decide how to roll that because control flames is not technically an attack spell.
It's not, but it says things more on fire that weren't on fire. Or that were not as on fire. As long as it's burnable.
I'll say, for the intents and purposes of this move, that you expanded the fire to do a small amount of additional damage to the crabs in the swarm because it is a swarm. Because if it was that amount of fire on a large creature, on like the giant crab, I don't think it would do the same thing. But because it's a swarm of smaller ones, I'll say it could fly. But it's only
Cool.
going to be a very minimal amount of damage. I'm going to give you a d4 to roll if you'd like to go with that. Seeing as it's
Yeah,
not
that works for me.
technically an attack spell.
That works for me.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead
It's
and roll
not
me
an
a
attack
d4 then.
spell, but fire hurts.
But fire hurt, yeah. Look at that. 4.
Fire hurts.
Crit.
At this point, between the burning hands and the control flames, which have cooked up a bunch more of those little crabs, the swarm itself has gone down to stragglers in comparison to the amount of crabs that came at you initially.
Yippee!
That'll end that turn, I think. Yeah. Or did you have more?
I think that's all I can do.
Okay.
We're just gonna boop boop boo doo.
Crib.
Crab.
Crib.
Brib.
Okay. This crab looks at you, raises up both of its claws, and slaps them together in the water.
Okay.
Like so. Go ahead and give me a DC 12 strength saving throw. I didn't add it into the thing, so.
Strength save.
Did not save. Go ahead and take 3 bludgeoning damage as you are knocked prone and you go completely underwater.
Well,
As there's basically a lake in the center of this room. Pyre is basically waist deep right now.
yeah.
Oh, I am.
Yeah. Because big water center of room. Sorry. As the first 6 seconds of this combat have passed, you hear a loud roar almost come. It shakes the entire area. And the crabs begin to scatter. Do you guys pursue them?
Pursue the little crabs? Probably not.
The swarms and these 2 giant ones begin to scatter and try and go hide in places. So it's more like, do I leave combat up so you can chase them down?
Unless the others want to chase them.
I'm drowning.
That's true.
True.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Me.
pass on the little crabs and do something to save Ilari potentially.
Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and, for all intents and
Okay, I can fix
purposes,
that.
we're gonna end the combat as the crabs scurry off into their respective hiding places and hide. Liari, while they're scurrying off, you have been blasted underwater right before that big happened. Pyrie and Mads, you just watch Liari get knocked over. What's going on? What do you do?
Well,
Easy.
I
fix it.
if-
I fix
I was
everything.
like-
Everyone
I
can
was
now
gonna
walk on
do
water.
that.
You weren't gonna do that.
Walk on water. What a amazing ability.
I know. It's almost like a little deja vu, ain't it?
Wow.
Yeah, it's not like I took into account any of this cool druid stuff that you used on me previously. Crazy.
Wow.
Anyways, I'd like to think in my head, Larry just bobs up to the top then with that.
Sure, I'm still on the ground, but suddenly the ground is like solid, so I just go whoop and slam back down.
How many?
You just smack your
Am I allowed
Oh,
to
plate.
stand
ten.
up, by the way?
So Pyrie, as you cast it, you just casually float to the top and then stand on the water. Liara, you went underwater, big splash, lungs full, and then all of a sudden you are shot up out of the water. The water blasts out from your mouth, and as you fall back down, you land on a solid surface that is water. You have the air knocked out of you for a good couple seconds.
Cool, can I stand up?
Yup.
Thanks. Thanks, Chief. We'll be like, what the? Where'd the crabs go?
They ran off after they heard that loud noise.
What loud noise? Oh, I guess it's big crab time, huh?
Seems
I
like
thought
it.
those were the big ones. Oh well, here we
It
go.
might have ticked off its parents.
Good. Let's get them. It's dinner.
Is everybody okay? Are we okay to move forward?
I don't know. Is it not coming for us? Where did this? Like, do I need to reposition?
I don't know. I
It
just heard
seems-
loud noise.
It's just quiet
Shrug.
now.
Oh, good.
So, as you guys kind of look around, this room is filled with a lot of like broken and debris, wood barrels, boxes. There were some central pillars which are no longer in place. There's this rubble that remains. There are some broken pottages as well as collapsed walls and lots of growth in here, as if it's been a significant amount of time since there's been another person here. Additionally, actually, go ahead and everybody roll me a perception, would you?
I'm ogling.
Is he gone again?
I ogled not much.
It's just you looking in the mirror.
Wow.
Because she's a cult leader, she's the god.
Yeah. That was a
Mhm.
good one.
So true.
So,
Plot
Liar,
twist, I'm the goddess.
Oh my god.
Funny would that be?
That's blasphemous. Now you're gonna start a fight. You poke the devout, it's over.
so Liari, looking around, this is quite the destroyed room, and nothing really catches your attention. Mads and Pyrie, however, especially Pyrie in this particular regard, you saw the tracks leading in here, and as you followed them in, they reach about this point, like some muddied footprints that weren't washed away by any sort of weather. And then there seems to be a bit of a scuffle in this general area, and then they just leave out the door.
Like, ran or leave casually?
With a 26, it's a run.
Aw, they pussied out. You
I
should tell
imagine
me
they
so I can
did
say that
what
in
you did.
character.
I
Oh.
imagine. It looks like they all ran. And something similar might have happened.
Alright, so
Assuming
they just
someone
pussied out
on
then.
another baby.
What is... We're here to get dinner, and you're mad about it now?
You don't
You're the
piss
one
it
that
off
wanted to come fight the crabs!
because then you piss off everything.
Listen, I'm just...
I don't
I'm
even
just
know why we're
clearing
helping.
out.
Additionally,
We're helping so we can have a free place to stay.
I healed his arm. He would have given us a place to stay already.
Fair enough.
Pyrie, with that 26 as well. While most of it has been eroded by years and years of water damage, neglect, and otherwise, there are a number of carvings across the walls, which are absolutely murals, although varied, collapsed, destroyed, and otherwise. With that 26, because it is 25 and higher, you do recognize that there seems to be two maps. One looks like a large landmass, and based on your knowledge, you would at least have a fundamental knowledge of how Fagrim itself looks as a whole. This first map is one enormous continent, and as far as you can tell, it has more continent than the current Fagrim has. And as you look at the other map depicted next to it, this particular map has the Fagrim you recognize as well as the Echoing Isles on it. And in between the two maps, there seems to be an island with some kind of enormous mountain in the center. And from that mountain, there seems to be, as far as you can tell, some kind of explosion with lightning and fire, thunder and ice, all seemingly exploding outwards from the mountain. And it seems to be depicting that whatever landmass existed before Fagrim as it was now happened because a mountain of some kind exploded.
Big kaboom. Question. Is there like actual words written on anything? Or is it just imagery?
This would be just imagery.
It's a
All
nice-
any wordage, like you can make out what this is because you're familiar with what Fagrim looks like. Because most of it is gone and like destroyed and faded and all that as well. So it's not, you can't, there's no words to read, is the takeaway here. They've all been faded away.
Okay, cool. She's gonna relay this to the group and be like, probably the dumbest of terms. Just be like, huh. Did you know there used to be one big continent? And then everything went kaboom. Like big boom. And now there's a lot of little things.
Pyrie, what are you talking about?
She's gonna point to the murals and stuff and just be like, look it. It's Fagrim. And then explosion. And then Fagrim with tiny parts.
Hmm.
Now that it's pointed out to you, you go, oh, hey, that is fake room on the right. Interesting.
Wow.
Interesting.
But you're lucky there. Anyway, who's ready to go fight some crabs?
Mr. DM, I'd like to write down the map with my other map that I made previously.
Absolutely. I'll say
Oh,
for all intents
God.
and purposes, you now have another map.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
you've updated your map.
Cool.
The map is mapping.
Now we can leave.
Yeah, like a whole 30 minutes later, now we can go.
Doing so good,
Jeez.
Those are my
guys.
priorities.
I mean, that's fair. Can I make another perception check to see if there's like, I don't know, say to look if the previous people that were here that ran out, if they like dropped anything, left anything behind that could like tell us more about who they actually are.
You rolled
their
really
little
well on that
shuffle.
perception check. They didn't stay long enough to drop anything here. The best you got is, with a 26 even, I'll give you that there are 4 individual sets of muddy boot prints that were left behind.
Woo! So there's at least 4. Larry, where you going?
To fight crabs!
We're fighting crabs. What's down here?
What do you mean we're we're fighting your crabs! I'm assuming this is like a bridge or something here, which
so
is
yeah.
why I like
As you guys
along
reach this point, since you're water walking, this makes it interesting. There is a staircase that goes down into a flooded section,
there.
which
Is-
would normally be about chest deep. For Mads, Mads would have to swim. However, since you all are walking on water, Mads, you can walk normally. Everybody else, you gotta scrunch.
Oh, ceiling diff.
Uh-huh. So,
Alright.
Joe, Pyrie, and Liari have to kind of do this little half waddle walk. From underneath, from looking down into the water that you're walking upon, you see tons of crabs scuttling about. Just doing a whole bunch of crabby things as you guys continue to make your way. As you guys reach about where Pyrie has gotten to, you hear a lot of loud clicking and scuttling and a huge splash.
Oh, good.
I hope you guys know that while Mads is walking past you, they are looking so smug because finally their small stature is coming in handy.
I'd expect nothing less.
This was their moment.
This is your
Their moment to shine.
Pyrie, as you
Yes.
reach this room, this seems to be some sort of maybe ritual room or just some sort of meeting hall of some kind, though it's long gone, destroyed by time and whatever creatures have made their home here. It opens up into a huge domed area. Were you not standing on water, you would be about neck deep at this point. But you're fantastically on water, so you're comfortably able to stand straight up again.
Cool.
Well, that really only gave Mads the advantage for about 2 seconds.
Just
I
about.
enjoyed every minute of it.
Wait, question. You said everything was rainbowy in here?
Yeah, you get a lot of luminescence coming from the plants under the water, which lights up the area, although this particular area in the back is quite dark and murky, as if the plants are not that, like, not there, or maybe it's too deep for them to reach that particular vicinity.
May I search for Kreb?
Yeah, go ahead and everybody give me a perception check. You know, No particular reason. You shouldn't be worried about anything at all.
Now I.
What do you mean? We're here for crib.
Why
Well-
is it 311s?
Oh my god.
That's very neat.
311's 3 different ways. It was a 3, a 8, and a 7.
311. So. Joe, Pyrie, and Mads, you guys look around this room and the water seems fairly calm. There's some slight ripples, but it could be just from you walking on it. I don't know, something strange. Liari, you start looking really closely at this room and looking at these big giant pillars off on either side of the room. You're watching as some water begins to splash against it ever so slightly, as if something is underneath the water. And right about the time you realize this, you call out, but it is too late,
Well.
as 3 of these crabs, enormous in size, about 10 feet across, burst out of the water, and one of them reaches out to grab Pyrie.
Well,
Does a 17 hit?
unfortunately.
All right. Go ahead and take 7 damage. You are currently grappled by the left arm of that crab as combat begins.
Do we have to roll initiative then?
We will. Aha. Real combat. Not that fake starter combat to get y'all like...
Aw, I didn't roll gooder this time.
Speaking of, Liari, as you were the only one to notice the crabs prior to... damn, nice initiative roll. Prior to their attack, you do get a surprise round, so you may do 1 action before the round begins.
Okay, I want to aim at the one that's holding Pyrie, hoping it'll get distracted and drop it. How far is you?
40 feet.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'll just throw. Psychic Blade.
Psychic Blade!
Sha-sha-sha! Does a 20 hit?
I believe so. Sure
Can I
does.
throw my sneak attack on it because
Hell
Pyrie's
yeah.
within 5 feet?
Pyrie is currently engaged, but because it's a surprise round, I will count it as a sneak attack.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go! Alright, you hurl your dagger, and as it shatters into a phantom wind upon the shell of this crab, you watch as it curls its right arm inwards, being in extreme pain from wherever that hit on it. With that in mind, we will begin initiative, starting with
To
Mads.
be fair, I think it still counts because even though she's grappled, she's not incapacitated. And that's the only condition that I'm seeing.
Yeah, she is technically grappled, but grapple also, I guess it.
Because
I guess that
incapacitated
depends.
is knocked out.
Right. Yeah, I'll say you can have advantage
I'm
on
only
it
saying that out
because-
loud because I
yeah.
checked.
Yeah.
Just put it-
I'm gonna have to look that up later. It's a good idea.
Okay. How far can I move?
You
Is it 30
have
feet?
40 feet of movement, which is
Oh.
wild because of your fucking race. But like, let's go.
I'm so stealth. Okay, so movement. I'd like to bless the party members.
Yo,
Wow.
that's so cool. How far can you bless from? 30
Up
feet?
to 3 creatures within range.
Well,
What's your range?
you can't
30
reach
feet.
Pyrie, but you can reach you 3.
Alright. Sorry, Byrie.
That's okay.
Can
Yeah,
you guys
I'd like to-
apply conditions to yourselves? Right-clicking
No.
your character with a little, like, person in the bolt of light. I don't know what that is.
I- And assign status effects.
Status effects.
That might be it, I don't know.
combat state,
Toggle combat state.
Or
It's fine. I'll
let's see
do it.
what
I'll do it.
status effects does. Okay, what are we?
Blessed.
Blessed? Is there specifically blessed looking
It does
one?
not have a blessed status effect, so it's gonna be concentration because it
Is
looks
there a
like.
sparkly looking one?
Yep, I got y'all. You're good. We're good.
Okay.
You are all blessed, which gives you
Hee
an extra D4 on what saving throws and attack rolls.
Attack or save.
Damn, that's pretty great. All right, movement and action. You have a bonus action remaining.
I don't think I have anything within range that would work in this case. So I think I'm done. For now.
Very well. Joe's turn, then one of the crabs, and then Pyrie, you're on deck. So, Mr. Joe. How are you going to handle this, Joe? All right. Joe charges using his actions to dash headlong into the fight. Bonus to 5-foot step. He has used his entire turn to move. Joe's turn is over. As he yells as he runs forward, drawing his blade. All right. So,
You got this, bud.
this particular crab has Pyrie gripped in its left hand, and it's going to use Crushing Grip on Pyrie.
Thank God.
Does a 9 hit?
No.
Yeah, I would think so. So, as it tries to squeeze you, you kind of hold the pincers open, and you're not able to wriggle free, but it can't crush you particularly well. At which point, is this 10 foot or 5 foot? It's 5 foot. It's going to surge forward. As Joe is running at it, it immediately takes its own action to scuttle forward, blasting deep in the water forward past Joe. Kind of on top of Joe. I'm going to move him that way. Pyrie, you going to go with? Joe manages to make the saving throw and does not get knocked over or take any damage. He manages to kind of step out of the way as the crab flies by. All right, speaking of Pyrie, it's your turn. Liara, you're on deck.
Quick question.
Aye.
So I have this funny thing, but I don't know if it would work considering the terrain. However, I think it would be funny if instead of from the ground, it came from the ceiling, because the ground is technically underwater, but how close is the ceiling?
Well, it's a big domed area. Let me think.
But, like, are we, like, closer to the dome, or is it, like, the water?
The dome itself
like,
would go
deep?
probably up about 30 or so feet. So we'll say the top of the dome is 30 feet higher than the surface of the water. The water being about 5 feet high, because that's about neck height for most people.
Oh, okay.
So the room
That's
itself
a
is a
lot.
total of 35 foot high until you get over here on the left side of the room, which seems to have collapsed into perhaps a cavern or something. It's hard to tell.
Cool. So we're technically not that far from the ground.
Hold on.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You have
Why are
water
you saying
walking.
Yeah.
When the crab moved forward, it burst out of the water, but its arms are water height. So please roll dexterity saving throw to not take damage as you bounce along the surface of the water like a skipping stone.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no.
Please take 6 points of bludgeoning damage. That's all. Please continue with your turn.
Anyways.
What? No, go back.
Doing, doing,
There we go.
doing, doing. You're just getting your ass scraped along this like cement. Like you're.
Am I still like in its grips?
Yes, you are currently constricted by its left claw.
Okay, then wouldn't at the beginning of my turn have done like a thing to try
Oh yes,
and
you would have.
get free?
You are correct.
Bit of a.
What do I don't even know what to play for that.
Bit of a.
It'll be athletics or acrobatics to escape. Let me check its DC.
Well, I rolled a 12.
That's iffy.
The grapple DC is 14. I'm sorry,
Oh,
Fuck
so
nuts.
but you still have a D4. Anyway, man, I have a cough,
I forgot
guys.
about that. I always forget about that.
I know. So I'm trying to remind you guys.
close. Hey, I used
Hey, look,
mine.
you
Let's
beat the
go, you're
DC.
free.
I'm
So-
free. Cool. That means I can do my funny thing. Okay, cool. I have a funny thing I would like to do, Mr. DM.
Hell yeah, do it.
Specifically on the crab that is in front of us. Which I don't know how this will exactly work, but I think it would be funny.
Interesting.
Like specifically to because the crab's underwater, yes?
The crab is bursting around the water, but yeah, it's technically under.
It's technically under and we are
Like
technically
it's
above.
this crab is about 10 feet tall, so part of it is partially submerged.
And the rest of it is
The rest
touching
of it is
ground,
above.
yes?
Yes, above the water.
Okay, so if we are technically above the water and not touching the ground, but I cast this spell, does only that technically get entangled and not us?
I'm sorry. You're trying to just entangle just the crab on the underground, like under the water, because
This is
because you're
specific
on
to the
top
ground,
of the water.
and
Oh,
we are on
that's
top
so
of the water,
interesting.
and it is technically speaking touching the ground underneath the water surface.
Your brain terrifies me. But yeah, I would say it gets entangled and you do not. Yes, I would
Cool.
agree with that.
Awesome, fantastic. So me and Joe are safe, and that
Sure
thing is now
are.
stuck in fucking place.
That's a phenomenal use of that spell. Please take a
Thank
point of
you.
inspiration for breaking my brain.
Yippee!
Yippee! I don't know how to do that. Yippee!
I
You don't
can.
know how to add inspiration when you
Nope.
are on your character.
I have
Oh.
added it for you.
Cool.
It's
I don't
basically
even know where to
just a
find that.
checkbox. Like when you're looking in your character sheet and you have your attributes
I
open
see it
where all
now.
your stuff is. Yeah, there's a checkbox. You either have
Okay.
it or you don't. Yeah.
Yippee!
Yippee.
So this
You
giant
get a free redo
giant
on
bale
a roll.
crab takes wow.
Wow.
That's. It's only on the throw, not initially, right?
Huh? When you cast a spell, it has to resist it, which it did.
Ah.
It did resist the vines, but that it has to leave the area, or else it'll try and be consumed
Well,
again.
the area is difficult terrain now for it.
Oh, then it has to do a lot more. Gotcha.
Uh-huh.
Next action?
I still get more actions, right? Where did it go? I'm allowed to cast another spell, right?
As long as it is a cantrip, you can, yes.
But in exchange for movement?
In exchange for movement.
Hmm.
All right.
Weird
Ideas?
question. Yeah, I have an idea. I have a question regarding elementalism and crabs.
No way you're about to ask what element is a crab.
No, I was gonna
Well, there's
ask.
a lot of calcium in there.
We'll come back to that. No, specifically because how many eyes do crabs have? Do they just have the two in the front, like the two little ones in the front, right?
I
Let me
want to say
Google
it's just two,
How
right? I don't
many
actually know.
eyes do
Crabs have.
crabs have? 2 compound eyes.
There you go.
Located on the stalks at the front of their head.
They got little wiggles, little wigglers.
They got little wigglers. That's what I thought. Okay, cool. Because I can do this really cool thing again, elementalism. And instead of using it for the water, I want to use it on like mud, sand, dirt, which I'm assuming is in plethora around us.
Yep.
Because I get to summon and create that, and I want to specifically throw it at the thing's eyes.
Roll an attack roll. So roll me a d20. You get a +6 for your proficiency. However, a 10 does not hit. Though I like the idea. I hate it, but I like it.
So I can't just blind it with mud?
You gotta hit his eyeballs. It's a thin layer. You're just basically throwing it at him. But if he reacts, it like closes his little eye stalks.
Which are made of thousands
Good.
of lenses, as I just read per Google search.
That's neat.
Gross. Okay, I cast my spell, I did my cantrip. I don't think I can do anything else, right?
I do not believe so. Yeah, Liari's turn. Mads, you're on deck after the 2 veil crabs.
Okay, Yep, let me measure real quick. Sick. While y'all are kinda, well... Nah, we'll do it one at a time. I'll still aim at this one that's next to them. And I'll just throw my psychic blade. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh dear.
Oh dear. Oh jeez. Oh boy. As you throw the blade, it does not connect with the crab itself. It sort of
Okay,
flings off to the side.
I will try it again, Mr. DM.
Okay.
Oh my god. Well, I will
Wow.
try my bonus action attack, Mr. DM.
I believe in you. Maybe. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
No
3
fucking
times
way.
in a row is a little disgusting.
Any single number in a row like that is wild.
I just... I don't even know if there's anything I can do here. Like,
Nope.
yeah, I have proficiency, but like...
The rolls just are not with you, and they just do not care about your well-being.
Yeah, no.
Believe that is
Yeah.
your turn, correct?
Yep.
I'm so sorry.
I'm not gonna do any silly nonsense. I was just here. I threw a bunch of stuff and it was like fireworks as it just plunked into the little, like bloop, 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 and then they disappeared. I'm like, okay. Whoa. Hi, Raiders.
Oh?
Sorry you had to see me suck!
Welcome. Welcome in, Raiders. I hope you're having a great Monday. We're in the middle of a cool little battle going on here. Thank you so much for the raid. Make sure you guys grab some snacks and some waters, and for those of you in the chat, please give Plutalk here a follow. They do all sorts of great D&D stuff. They are a world builder just like me, and they are a pleasure to watch. Definitely give them a check out. So, as this giant fail crab comes and steps forward, it kind of rises up out of the water as it gets a little bit higher. There's a bit of a slant you can tell in the ground around where the crab is, and it reaches forward trying to grab Pyrie. Does an 18 grab you? It does. All right, go ahead and take that damage, and then roll for concentration to maintain the entanglement.
Oh, is that concentration? Oh dear. Oh dear. Nice.
Nice.
I'm stuck.
Yeah, you're between two crabs. So,
Wow, crab sandwich, but the wrong way.
hey, Pyrie sandwich. So, Pyrie, you maintain your concentration. However, you are damaged as the other crab comes up behind you and grabs you, gripping you in its pincer, holding you in place. That'll end it for that particular Veil Crab's turn, as this one rushes up, seeing Joe standing on the water, and it reaches up and attempts to grab Joe as well. Does not hit Joe. Joe manages to dodge out of the way. Good job, Joe. That'll end that one's turn. Before you move, Mads, having walked into the hallway and into this place, you were feeling real proud because, you know, water walking, you didn't have to crouch, it was a whole thing. As you walked into this room, you are overwhelmed with some sort of tang, almost metallic, like in the back of your throat, like that. Like, you know, if you like bite tin foil and you get that kind of metal taste. You feel as though that strange new power within you is coming forth without your attempt at using it, and you are really concerned. It's it feels as if that well within you is swelling more than you can contain. You feel like it's gonna burst out of you no matter what you do. Is there anything that you think of or attempt to do with that knowledge?
I feel like if I have this sensation of like I'm going to like burst like a bubble.
Mm-hmm. Like a
I
bubble.
want like a bubble. I would
Like
want
a
it
bubble.
to be in a range where I'm helpful with defeating the crabs, but not close to my companion. So like my brain like goes like over here, or like channel all of whatever energy I have this way.
Got you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How far is that? That's 30 feet. I will also give you an additional bit. Actually, please roll Arcana. Just an Arcana for me. Okay. With a 10 DC, you can't tell much, but you feel like if you move or if you hold still, you're gonna get a different result. But that's all I can give you. With that knowledge, what would you like to do?
Well, now I'm afraid to move, which kind of eliminates what I was planning.
Hold up. Ryan has given you inspiration.
Oh. For Arcana?
It looks like it. So go ahead and let's see. Dang.
Oh, no.
It was worth a
Thank
shot.
you.
It was worth a shot. Thank you so much, Ryan, for the inspiration.
Thank you, Ryan.
We should have a separate something. I don't know what. Like if we have like a counter or something
Yeah,
of
yeah.
like scams where like people give us inspiration and we still fucking fail.
Mhm.
Scamming the viewers.
Viewer scams.
All scams are final.
Tap sign.
Mhm.
So anyway, that is the extent of the knowledge, and you can take your turn as normal, just depending on what you do. Different things will happen.
That's normal.
Normal is whatever you
Go
want
on.
it to be.
Pick yourself up by your bootstraps. Come on, get in there.
I'm gonna burst like a bubble.
Yeehaw! Yep. Get in there. Get her
Okay.
done.
Despite knowing this knowledge, I'm gonna move anyway. Okay.
Yeah, you have so
Anyway.
much movement. It's fucking wild. You little Sonic the
little legs.
Hedgehog legs, honestly.
Your little guy. It's like
I'm just a little guy. I would like, Mr. DM,
Mhm.
to use Bestow Curse on this little big green dude in the center.
Whoa. Bestow curse. Hot damn. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we-
yeah.
I
Get
would
him.
like-
You get him.
I would like to bestow the third one, which is in combat. The target must succeed a wisdom saving throw at the start of each of its turns or be forced to take the dodge action.
Damn. All right. It's not very wise. No fucking way.
wow.
No fucking way.
Eat this crab.
That is absolutely fucking wild.
That was unfortunate because that was cool.
All
Well,
right. With
Although,
that in
weren't you
mind,
concentrating on something else? I don't think you can do that anyway unless you're breaking
Oh,
concentration.
you did.
What was it? What were you
it was
concentrating
bless.
Oh
on?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was
You don't have bless no more.
That's alright. I'm an idiot! All my fives were bigger! It's fine. I'm
Huh?
fine, it's fine. Cause the bless, on my turn I was still
Oh.
blessed and I got 3 fives in a
yeah.
row where I missed. It's fine, whatever. We don't need to wreck on it, I'm just dumb.
I mean, I didn't catch it either.
Yeah. That's my bad.
All right, mans. As you bestow the curse upon the crab, it doesn't seem to take effect. However, as you do so, you are almost unable to contain whatever this is. And at the beginning of next round, it'll happen.
Oh my god.
So anyway, Joe's
I'm
turn.
getting explode.
Pyre's on deck.
Whatever it is, it's happening. It's happening.
Joe is
Sorry,
Joe is
what did you
taking
do?
2 swings at the crab on his left.
Go,
The
Joe,
first one does
go.
not manage to connect, but the second one does, as he manages to cut off a large chunk of one of the pincers.
Let's go.
Let's go, Joe!
Was he
Joe,
grappled? Did he need to get out of that? I don't remember what happened with him.
a grapple? It's a DC 14 to get out of that. Out of
Yeah,
the
did he
grapple.
roll it?
He wasn't grappled, was he? He didn't get hit.
Oh,
No,
sick.
he
Even
dodged.
better.
He dodged. It's like, hold on, he
Slay.
wasn't grappled. That'll be Joe's
That's
turn,
what I
and then we're
asked.
back to this guy, who is now focused on a new target.
Wait, whose claw am I in?
You're in this one's claw.
Oh, okay.
What are you getting swung around and is like
This particular crab
Around.
looks down, or not down really, but like looks eye level as its little eye stalks blink one at a time, kind of out of sync with one another, and it reaches out with one of its claws, tries to snap at Mads. It reaches out, tries to snap again with its other claw.
It was almost a win.
Does a 13 or a 19 hit?
The 19 hits.
Okay. Go ahead and take that 5 damage. You are considered grappled.
Grapple
Oh, and
party.
No, you don't have any bestow curse because it didn't actually happen. So if you go to your effects tab, you can delete that concentration
Okay.
check. All right, Pyre, you are up.
Cool. Quick question.
Yeah, what do you got?
So I'm in the purple one's hands. Claws.
Yep, this one right here, right above you.
Okay. Did I just like stay in place, or did I like? I'm like it in its claws, like next to it, right?
For battle purposes, you maintain your position, but you are considered grappled, and move relative to the crab's movements. So yeah,
Okay,
you're
fine.
where you are.
Okay. Before I like make my decision, I'm thinking, would I be able to actually reach its eye?
I would
Like
say
if I use
so,
like,
in theory.
especially if I use like a sickle, for example.
Yeah, that extends your reach. I'll give it to you. Sure. This is a very neat
Cool.
idea. You terrify me.
I want to fucking chop its little eye stalks off.
You're just so specific
Eye
with your
stalks?
actions, man. So, okay. As a point of interest, because I would mention this before the roll,
Thousands of lenses.
it is a higher DC than its AC to hit something specific on the creature. I don't raise it a ton, I raise it relative to how much it applicably is. With a 19,
21,
I will
okay.
say you are able to hit the eye stalk.
19. I rolled a 21, sir.
Oh.
Scroll down.
I was not high enough. I was looking at the thing. Yeah, with a 21, you fucking chop both off. Fuck yeah. All right. So
Blind.
as you reach forward, you manage to slice off both eye stalks in that moment, and as it recoils in anger and pain, you do feel its grip tighten, and on its turn, it will be trying to crush you with everything it has.
Okay, cool. We didn't do my funny little acrobatics nonsense.
Yeah, that's true. Acrobatics or athletics in order to break out of the grip. Yeah. DC
He's
14.
grippy.
Ah, you have managed to break out of the grip. You are no longer contained. You are a free
Thanks.
pyre.
Fuck. Free
That scares me
pyre
more than anything in this world.
Probably should.
My character is very anti-slavery, however, some people are terrifying when they're free.
Mother of Christ, we're face stepping our ass out of this.
Yeah, you're between a crab and another crab in a hard place.
Yep.
Like the water.
I'm face stepping. I can't move because you don't let me move.
Oh, I'm so
Mr.
sorry.
DM, unpause.
There you go.
I'm face
My
stepping
bad.
my ass like next to fucking Liari.
Okay.
I am gone, zippity doo dah day.
Yep. So you
We're
zipped
leaving.
out. Bam. That'll be your
Uh-huh.
action and
That's a-
your
Face step is a bonus action.
beautiful. So you still have technically movement available or another action. And you only did an attack, so you can cast any spell you like this turn.
Fucking awesome. We're doing Scorching Ray.
Ooh. Oh yeah.
We're
We have our
gonna do
own
it on purple crab, and we're gonna do it on the green crab. We're gonna hit purple crab twice.
They are-
green crab once.
They are actually different colors, like significantly, but you cannot tell sometimes in this rainbow glow. It's very funny.
I don't know. The one that was gripping me last,
Yeah,
and
these
the one
two.
that is currently trapped. Yes.
All right, go ahead and give me 2 more shots. How many per?
Purple 1, 2, green 1, 1.
Okay, so second shot going towards purple.
Yep.
Beautiful. Second shot manages to hit. Seemingly kind of burns straight through the shell, and you watch it recoil as it can't really see where the damage is coming from. I'm gonna have to remember everybody gets advantage on that one. This one, however, it seems to hit just a really hard part of the shell on that green one and bounces off, kind of flying up into the roof, leaving a scorch mark on the ceiling. And the crumbling ceiling kind of breaks a little bit and plops into the water with big splashes.
Did the
Sometimes.
rubble hit any crabs?
It did not. I imagined it like shot off over that way. Like well past the crabs. Liari, you are up. Veil crabs on standby. And then,
Okay, you said we have advantage on this one.
sure do, is blind now thanks to some shenanigans.
Okay, I'm gonna aim at that one then, just cause. Oh, bink. Okay, well, it's not gonna get much better, but we'll try anyway.
Yeah, not gonna hurt. Bro,
Hey!
you got your 20! I'm so
Let's
proud of you
go.
right now.
Wow!
Wait.
Yippee!
So,
Full beads.
did that roll your crit? No, it did not.
No.
Go ahead and roll me another d6. Oh, and you had advantage. Take your sneak attack.
Oh, true.
Yeah, that thing's blind.
It sure is. Yippee!
Wow. 5, 10, 15, 16 points of damage. As you
Yippee.
throw
Oh, like-
that psychic blade, it seems to cut right into that fleshy bit between where the stalks of eyes were. And as it kind of it squirms back, putting both of its claws up over its face, as it writhes and wriggles in some pain.
Cool, I'm gonna do it again. Do a flip.
Do a flip. That hits. Yeah. Advantage. See if you can get another. All right. So you hurl the next one. It doesn't hit the same spot, so it doesn't quite do as much damage, but it still definitely hurts.
Huge. And then I would like to do my bonus action one.
Bonus action 1 does hit.
Wow.
Wow. Actually, Ryan also pointed something out to me, but sneak attack is also doubled, so please roll me 3 more d6s.
Oh, sick. It's just easier to just do this. So
Yep.
Just do
Wow, that's excellent.
Oh. Did I kill it, Mr. DM?
75.
Did I one-shot the crab, Mr. DM?
Not quite.
Damn.
My brain didn't want to do the math. I don't.
Thank you, Ryan. That's not something that I
Yeah.
know. But
Thank
now
you,
it's in my
Ryan.
brain. First
Sneak attack
5
crit.
minutes.
That was my bad.
Hog.
But as you throw all of these psychic daggers and they break, blasting into little shimmers of light as they crash into the shell and disintegrate. You watch as the crab kind of writhes and starts to like thrash about in the water, leaving wakes as the firm ground you are standing upon with water walk seems to kind of bounce up and down a little bit like a trampoline. But
I
it
love
writhes in
earthquakes.
pain, and it looks like it is in extreme pain. It might even be bloodied and half dead. So, the purple
Looks
one
like me.
can't see. Purple one, what are you doing, buddy? Purple one is done.
Dying.
Purple one is leaving. And immediately
No!
submerges
My sweet!
and fucks off.
You fucking pussy!
Damn.
Damn it. My dinner!
That'll put us at, not Liari's turn, but this crab's turn, as it's going to take another swing over at our lovely Joe. It does manage to hit Joe with that. And as it grabs him, you hear some of that armor that he's wearing kind of bend and creak as it squeezes Joe within the armor. And it tries to crush him even more, but Joe manages to kind of like use his sword as a point of leverage and use his hand as the other one and kind of pry the claws or the pincers apart a little bit so that he's not being completely crushed and he's just holding against the crab there. On that note, Mads, you are no longer able to contain this. You feel this power as it boils up inside of you. Every part of your body feels like it's burning for a moment as it starts to to exit you from every pore, from every part of you. You seem to be shooting it outwards. Any thoughts before it happens?
Nope.
Great.
Imagine thinking thoughts before you explode. That's crazy.
Well,
wow, I feel an aneurysm coming on. I should really write
my
a really like really deep poem or something.
so Mads, as you you're in the claws of this crab, right?
Yeah, I'm grappled.
Okay. As you feel unable to control this well of power, it bursts forth from you. A golden light blasts outwards, and you feel that well within you deplete. And you feel as if you have something different about yourself. Pyri and Liari will see this happen. Mads, you don't quite see it happen, but you're going to feel it happen. So, Liari and Pyri, you watch as Mads is grappled by this crab, and you watch as her entire body kind of goes still for a second, glows this bright gold, and explodes in a flash of light. And sprouting out from behind you in your back are two golden wings that blast outwards. You unintentionally blast upwards out of the grip, out of the pincer grip of this crab, and are now unintentionally flying about 10 feet off the ground. And that's where we're going to end today's session.
Whoa.
What?
My head. No.
My dinner!
No.
Bro, that's crazy. I feel like I saw that in that dream we had.
I'm
That
a
collective dream we had.
once again.
Oh my god, she's a Valkyrie.
You know when you were there and you were there? And you were a coward and now you're a coward with wings?
And you were a rabbit, and you were a snake, and you were a coward.
So true.
Bruh. Oh, that's crazy. You're so cool. What the fuck? Okay, what does this do?
That's so cool.
We don't even know what it does. Okay,
Nobody
it's fine.
knows
We don't need
anything.
to know. It's fine.
Nobody knows.
I
We
can't
were
even tell
literally
you
talking
about it.
that.
I can't even tell you about it
Yeah.
until you guys ask about it. You can't ask
I
about
know.
it until next week.
I know, because before you joined the call today, we were talking about, like, what did that even do for you? And Shai's like, I have no idea.
And
I
I
was
like looked
did
through all
any
my
of your
stuff,
spells
and there was-
change?
Yeah, and like nothing
Mhm.
changed, like nothing got added. So I
Oh,
was
it's
like,
nothing-
I don't know.
It's nothing that you can intentionally access. There are multiple things that can happen. You can only use that well of power, and depending
Once.
on what you're thinking of or how you use it will dictate what happens. And until you kind of figure out how that works, it's pretty much like you're learning a brand new skill with no teacher.
Oh my god.
I love that for you.
I love this
I
so
really hope like
They-
your grumpiness goes into affecting this.
The way that I thought you were about to say that she shoots up and just slams into the fucking dome. Because that would have been really goddamn funny.
That would have been funny too.
It would have been so fun.
Just-
Would have taken
just,
away
like,
from the
smash
moment, you
head.
know.
Just like smacks head on dome and be like, what the fuck? And then realizes she's flying.
But you do see the
This is so
wings
fun.
behind you because they extend quite a bit out. They are an ethereal golden wing,
She's like a little chicken.
And I'm like-
translucent.
I'm like fully conscious of what's happening right now.
You're very aware of what's
Yeah.
happening, and you get to start your
Okay.
turn by flying.
Oh my god.
What? You're just a little guy. I like to imagine you hovering and you're like well above the ground, but now you're just making eye contact with us.
Yeah, the tall jokes that I'm gonna make after this are gonna be crazy.
Oh god. 20 episodes in, and she finally gets the tall jokes.
No, now we just get to make pigeon jokes instead. She's gonna be fucking
Pigeon
perching on us.
I hope
She's
not
gonna be
pigeon
perching
jokes.
on
That's-
us.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna say
can't
that
control-
implies Mads is gonna shit on our heads from above.
Obviously. I can't
that
control it,
happens.
so I mean, like, it'll be the most inconvenient times when it does happen, surely.
There's a level of control that you do have over it. It's just you don't understand it yet,
Mhm.
if that makes sense. And you
Yeah.
can ask me more questions. I'll tell you what I can about it in
Mhm.
DMs if you'd like. Or you can wait till
Okay.
next week, which is also acceptable.
Sounds good.
I'm already
So-
thinking of Irish responses to this.
Yeah. Wow, you're a pretty bird now.
Oh my god.
I'm
Oh my
mad.
god, you
No.
want to change into an animal too?
Oh my god.
Yeah, there's gonna be a
And then
there's
you
gonna
just
be
turn and
some
look at me.
really
What are you gonna turn into?
sparkly eye. Just be like,
What? She's already.
what are you turning into?
Liari's already a magnet.
Yippee.
Oh,
I
magnet.
turn into a scholar. I forsake the hypersexuality and I just hit the books. Like, I'm over it. This is so fun.
Oh,
Win.
good job, guys. Good job on today.
Yo.
I didn't think we were gonna make it all the way through this combat, and that's okay because I feel like we've left off on a really interesting part.
We sure did. What
We
a
sure
cliffhanger
did.
of all time.
What a you really left us on a cliffhanger.
That is my goal with life.
Ooh.
Arc 3,
With
the
life.
arc of cliffhangers. Hopefully, we'll see.
And I got to terrify you yet again. It's a
Bro,
good day.
okay. You with your freaking ideas. You
What do
fucking
you mean?
terrorize me.
I'd like to stab him in the eye.
I want to cut off
Like,
the
just
stalks.
chop- Yeah, just
Like,
at
you don't
least-
start with that,
Hello.
because if you start with that, I'm like, oh sure, yeah, no, it's like, how close am I to its eyes? And I'm like, what do you fucking mean?
Bring me their eyes.
Well, because like I wanted to know, like, is it like holding me like afar? Is it just like, crab arm? Like it just has me next to it and it's just gripping? Like, I don't know.
Does
needed
my
to know
size
these
extend
things.
my reach? Oh
I
god.
I have a sickle. Can I just like swoop?
Comrade,
Like,
let
we
me
just-
cut off the stalks.
And now it is blinded.
Oh,
Oh.
and then it ran away.
I know.
And
my-
then
Did
it-
run away.
We
Well,
could
we
have
still
had
have one
3
that's-
crab dinners, but
Could have, yeah. We could probably find
the
the
way
other
we're
one.
gonna have to drag this back down to the beach.
Bro, this crab is fucking huge.
I know.
They're
You could've
like 10
gotten
feet
that far
high, so
away.
think of the fucking weight on this motherfucker. Just one of them. That'll absolutely feed your village easy.
Nom.
Good, because they're running out of food. That's why we're here. They are starving.
Yeah.
Again, we're just we just find all the starving people.
You really do. And it,
Single one.
as I was writing this out, I was trying to think of some other way, like, to denotate that the village can't go fishing. And, like, it was the most obvious choice. And I was like, God damn it.
How wide are the crabs again?
About 10 feet. Leg to leg,
Like wide?
they're about 10 feet wide, about 10 feet tall. They big.
I mean, we could technically make a reinforced boat then with it. With the crab shells.
You know? You could. I expect
Amongst
some
other
really good
things.
name for that ship, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
In any
Mhm.
case. Oh,
Anyways.
guys. What a time. What a good time.
what a good time.
What a good
I love
time. I'm so
D&D.
proud of you guys. You guys did so good.
I'm proud of the party. We actually like figured out what we wanted to do, and we did it, and we didn't like take over an hour to figure it out. You know.
Oh yeah, you guys did that in 30
Right?
minutes. Hell yeah, it was so good.
Huge and massive. We laid out our options and we picked one.
Mhm.
Imagine.
Imagine.
And we didn't go back to Silver Song and die.
That is true. That was an option.
I would die.
There are
I would
things
die for the
happening
harem.
in Silversong that maybe
Yeah.
you'll eventually know. We'll see.
Nah, we blacklisted it. We're never going back.
Never going back. Fuck that place.
I'm
thought
not
we
going back. There's people on the pier that I still don't want to fight.
I mean, being you know that they have more than just one location that they go to.
Mhm.
So, you know, for now. Anyway, so thanks for being here, everybody. We're gonna go raid a new person, which seems neat. They are a person that runs apparently they run multiple games with over 36 players, all in an interconnected world, which is what my goal is. Which is super
Scary.
fucking cool, actually. So we'll see. We'll go check them out, give them a look.
Yippee.
In any case, in case you enjoyed today's session and you'd like to be part of one, you can always scan that QR code beneath me and sign up to be on the waitlist for either a one-shot that I do run about twice a month, or you can sign up and be on the waitlist for the next major campaign. Once we get enough players, we will go ahead and begin. It will be in the same world as these three wonderful people as well. If you don't follow these wonderful people, by the way, make sure you do so. Haha. You can do so if you go to either of their channels, give them a follow. They are wonderful streamers, always entertaining, and always a pleasure to hang out with in person or in stream. Thanks you all for being here, and we will be back on Wednesday for World Building Wednesday. Don't be stupid, stay bold.
What if you're...